I intentionally answered all the bonus questions correctly in the Gaokao, just to stay as far away from school beauty Liu Ruyan as possible. After the exam, Liu Ruyan's friends mocked me, Jiang Xiaoyu. Liu Ruyan said she didn't do well. You'd better hand in a blank paper this afternoon. Otherwise, you'll never get to lick her boots again. They all burst into laughter. I looked at Liu Ruyan's disgusted face, nodded on the surface, and said got it. But inside I thought, whoever wants to be her simp can go ahead. I'm out. Then I called the butler and immediately canceled all financial support for her family. Kicked them all out of the house. Liu Ruyan frantically called me 99 times. I didn't answer a single one. Now she's panicking. Should have thought of that earlier. In my past life, as the son of the richest man, I simped hard for my driver's daughter. To marry her, I transferred my father's company to her. But she spent my money and dated someone else. Her boyfriend became her boy toy, but she treated me like a servant. On her wedding day, I called her to borrow money for medical treatment. She cruelly said, "These years of you clinging to me have been a nightmare. Jiang Xiaoyu, please restart your life." On my deathbed, I looked at the woman holding me and realized the heiress from a top family I once rejected had been waiting for me all along. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself back in senior year. That year, I was dozing off on my desk when the gold digger Liu Ruyan woke me up. Liu Jingyan's stomach is upset. Go buy him some stomach medicine. Then go to the cafeteria and get food. Get more meat. He's too skinny. Needs a good meal. Liu Jingyan is lying on the desk, surrounded by a crowd like stars around the moon. Everyone feels sorry for his stomach ache. But the one who cares most is, of course, Liu Ruyan. And I was Liu Ruyan's brainless simp. Every day, I dozed off in class. After class, I'd get Liu Ruyan, her food and drinks, run errands. Realizing I've been reborn. Seeing Liu Ruyan's face now, I just found it ridiculous. She, Liu Ruyan, how dare she treat me like this? Seeing me frozen, Liu Ruyan said, "What are you waiting for? Hurry up." She finished and walked over to Liu Jingyan, gently patting his back. Liu Jingyan glanced at me and said to Liu Ruyan, "It's not right to make Jiang Xiaoyu do this. I'll go myself. What's the problem? He loves doing this. If I don't let him, he'll be unhappy. Right?" He looked at me. I curled my lip and went to the cafeteria without a word. This time I stood in line and got 2 portions. A classmate nearby saw me and snickered, "Getting food for school beauty Liu again? But she's into Liu Jingyan. Someone as outstanding as him. She wouldn't look twice at a loser like you." I asked, puzzled, "What kind of loser am I?" He sneered, "Aren't you just the maid's son? You go to school with a young lady every day, and you dream of marrying her? Wake up. A guy as dumb and useless as you will just be her family's servant in the future, washing his clothes, sweeping the floor, changing his son's diapers." I laughed in anger. "Liu Ruyan told you I'm the servant's son? Before, it was because I liked her that I allowed her to ride my car to and from school. But now, in everyone's eyes, Liu Ruyan is the young lady, and I'm the servant's son." Seeing me question this, he rolled his eyes. "What else? Hurry and take the lady her lunch. Don't be late." He laughed again, and people around all laughed, laughing at my simp behavior, laughing at my wishful thinking. The bell rang. Jiang Xiaoyu came out of the cafeteria. I didn't go back to the classroom. I sat down by the flower bed. I ate both portions together. I couldn't remember the last time I had a proper meal. When was it? Because I had no money. I couldn't afford any good food. Every time, I'd go to the market at closing time and pick up the leftover vegetables. Meat was out of the question. I finished both portions, finally easing the hunger a bit. When I got back to the classroom, the first bell had already rung. Liu Ruyan saw me come in and asked angrily, "Why are you so late? Where's the medicine you bought?" "What medicine?" I asked coldly, without any of my usual warmth toward her. Liu Ruyan looked at me speechlessly. "Then the stomach medicine for Liu Jingyan?" I said his stomach was upset. "Are you deaf? Can't even handle such a small thing?" I glanced at Liu Jingyan's pale face. What's my relationship with Liu Jingyan? Why should I buy him medicine? Liu Jingyan's family is ordinary. Ever since he met Liu Ruyan, she's been especially good to him. Every time my dad gave me something nice, Liu Ruyan would give it to Liu Jingyan. Even the watch on Liu Jingyan's wrist now was bought with my card. Those two, spending my money, enjoying everything I had, yet treating me like a servant. Liu Ruyan said, "Jiang Xiaoyu, you want to make a scene, huh? If this is how you act, don't blame me for ignoring you next time. You'll be begging me to forgive you later." At that moment, I stared at Liu Ruyan, finding her words laughable. What do I need your forgiveness for? What did I do wrong? Seeing me dare to argue with Liu Ruyan, everyone turned to see what was happening. Has this simp changed? Liu Ruyan was stunned for a moment. She looked at me, remembering how I used to beg her every time. She warned, "If you've got guts, don't ride home with me this afternoon." I nodded, "Fine." I said and walked to my seat, sitting down, as if I hadn't clearly heard what Liu Ruyan said. But inside, I had already agreed. Wang Yan, Liu Jingyan's deskmate, saw this and stepped in to play judge. "Hey Jiang Xiaoyu, what's wrong with you? It's just buying medicine. You can't even buy medicine? Don't you see Liu Jingyan is unwell?" I swept a cold glance at her. "In that case, you go buy it now," Wang Yan said righteously. "That's your job." "Why should I go? Then I have no relation to Liu Jingyan. Why should I buy?" Wang Yan pointed at me. "Aren't you the school beauty's servant? Isn't it natural?" Bringing that up, I looked at Liu Ruyan and asked, "Liu Ruyan, did you go around telling everyone that I'm your family's servant?" I fixed my gaze on her. Liu Ruyan looked guilty for a second. Of course, all this was because others saw her being dropped off in a luxury car every day, and guessed she just never corrected them. She couldn't tell them her father was just a driver, and that she was the daughter of my family's driver. Now I was the one acting crazy. At that moment, Liu Ruyan walked over. She was my deskmate. "Forget the medicine. I'll buy it myself later. Liu Ruyan thought I liked him. So not buying Lu Jingyan medicine was normal. Liu Ruyan glanced at me, asked where the food was. At least you bought it, right? And she heard from a classmate that I had gotten 2 portions. I calmly said I ate them. What did you say? Both portions. Seeing Liu Ruyan a little worked up, I nodded. The classmates in front heard this and looked at me with disdain. Are you a pig, eating 2 portions? They were used to kissing up to Liu Ruyan. Looked down on me. Before, because they were Ruyan's friends. I gave them face. Didn't want to offend anyone near her. Hoped they put in a good word. Now I see I spoiled them too much. Every time Ruyan treated them, it was my money. I said calmly, it's my own money. Even if I ate 2 portions, or 20, it's only right. Hearing that, the front row classmates turned pale, finally muttered, spending your own money? Isn't your money from the school beauty's family? But Liu Ruyan was already angry, especially since I didn't get her food. She didn't even eat. Her anger flared up. She said to me, Jiang Xiaoyu, you asked for it. I hope you last 2 days this time. Then she stood up, grabbed her things, told Liu Jingyan's deskmate Wang Yin, switch with me. You sit with him. Whenever she was unhappy, that was her punishment, refusing to sit next to me. After all, having her as my deskmate was something I begged for. She was like my tutor, sitting beside me. She could give me extra lessons. But thinking back, when did Liu Ruyan ever teach me? All she did was boss me around. She probably still thought that would work, but I ignored her. Liu Ruyan hadn't eaten, and Liu Jingyan was still uncomfortable from his stomach. He sat aside, frowning, glanced at me by the window. This time Liu Ruyan was really mad. She thought when I came to apologize, she'd teach me a lesson. After school that afternoon, the Maybach picking me up stopped at the gate. I left the school, walked straight to the car. The whole school knew I'd offended Liu Ruyan. Everyone waited to see me humiliated. Seeing I had the nerve to get in, they all pointed and whispered, he won't even buy the school beauty food? How can he still freeload a ride? He's just a servant's son. Does he think he's the boss? The school beauty hasn't come yet, and he dares to get in? School beauty is too nice. If I had to deal with such an arrogant servant's son, I'd fire him on the spot. Hearing those taunts, I couldn't be bothered. Once in the car, I told the driver directly, drive. The driver glanced at me. But Miss Liu isn't here yet. Let's wait. Sometimes, Liu Ruyan is late due to student council. I would always wait. Thought I'd wait a long time today too. Didn't expect me to order him to drive. Seeing the driver not listen, and even speak up for Liu Ruyan, I found it laughable. Uncle Liu, my dad only has 1 son. Since when do we have a miss in our family? Did you and Liu Ruyan have a fight? Uncle Liu asked with concern. Don't worry, young master. I'll scold her later. No need. Just drive. I don't want to go with him, and I don't want to see him again. Uncle Liu looked hesitant, didn't obey me. He knew too well how scared I was of his daughter. Every time Liu Ruyan said something, I didn't dare to argue. Even if he didn't listen, I wouldn't do anything. At most, Liu Ruyan would scold me, thinking I'd inherit the family fortune. All that money is his own daughter's driver. He no longer saw himself as a driver, putting on airs as a father-in-law early. Are you going or not? I frowned. Actually, Dad wanted to fire him long ago. I heard he gambles in private. Dad felt uneasy having someone like that around. But back then, my brain was fried. I kept defending him, thinking if he stayed, Liu Ruyan could also stay in the Jiang family. So I said a lot of good things. Even claimed he was really good to me. That's how he kept his job till now, but never expected. Now, he wouldn't even listen to his master. They're here. Seeing Liu Ruyan at the gate, Uncle Liu quickly got out. Liu Ruyan was helping Liu Jingyan. They walked to the car together. Uncle Liu opened the door for her. Liu Ruyan was about to help Liu Jingyan in, because I liked Liu Ruyan, to let her go home with me. Liu Jingyan always came with us. The driver would drop him off first, then take us home. Not only that, mornings we'd get up early to pick him up. Before Liu Jingyan got in, I spoke up. Didn't you say you weren't coming back with me this afternoon? Still taking my car? The onlookers saw this, and couldn't help cursing. What's wrong with Jiang Xiaoyu? This is obviously the school beauty's car. Yeah, and he won't even let her in. Everyone chattered. Liu Ruyan looked at me, expression stiff. Didn't understand what bug bit me today. I gave you an out, and you still won't take it? Does it have to be this way? About lunch, I've decided to forgive you. Jiang Xiaoyu, if you keep this up, I don't need your forgiveness. Go home by yourself. Don't ride with me. Liu Ruyan's face turned pale. She knew. Everyone saw her as a rich heiress. If she didn't ride with me now, wouldn't her cover be blown? She reached out and pulled me out of the car, then let Liu Jingyan get in. Don't go too far. I admit she pissed me off. I can't even remember much from before. Seeing Liu Ruyan's face now, I don't know how I put up with it, and even thought she was great. Liu Ruyan ignored me, clearly not planning to reason with me. She told him arrogantly, drive. Uncle Liu actually drove off. I was left standing there. The crowd watching saw this, and burst out laughing. Good job, that's what he deserves. Too unreasonable. I took out my phone. This phone was Liu Ruyan's own buy, a cheap Nokia. To please her, I gave her the iPhone my dad gave me for my birthday, and took this broken phone. He took his crappy phone. Back then, I thought that would protect his pride. Now looking at this crappy phone, it's kind of ridiculous. But I still called Dad. Soon after, the Maybach that had just driven off came back. The car stopped in front of the gate again. Uncle Liu got out of the car. When he saw me, his expression was grim. Judging by his look, he'd clearly been scolded. Get those two out. I don't want to ride with them. Uncle Liu looked at the two in the car. Liu Ruyan was already helping Liu Jingyan out. Liu Jingyan hadn't expected this either. He looked at me, his face turning pale. Jiang Xiaoyu. If you don't like me, fine. But you don't have to target Ruyan like this. She's always been good to you, hasn't she? Liu Ruyan stopped Liu Jingyan. Don't talk to him about this. Seeing that both were out, I got into the car. Before leaving, I rolled down the window, smiled, and waved at Liu Ruyan. Goodbye. Uncle Liu glanced at me in the rearview mirror, not expecting me to be so ruthless. He couldn't help but say, "Young master, having arguments is normal. Don't be mad. I'll have Liu Ruyan come apologize to you later." But she doesn't have a car now. She'll probably have to take the bus. Who knows what time she'll get home? Everyone can ride. She can't. Uncle Liu, have you forgotten who pays your salary? If you don't like me, why not just quit? Just because I tell you what to do. And he has a crush on his daughter. Does he think he can look down on me? If I hadn't called my dad, he would have left me hanging today. Hearing my words, Uncle Liu quickly shut up. Back home, Aunt Zhou saw me. Young master, why are you back alone? Why isn't Miss Liu with you? From now on, Miss Liu won't be in our house. Hearing that, Aunt Zhou was stunned. When did our young master finally wake up? He was always so good to Liu Ruyan, making the Jiang family lose sight of boundaries. Many times, Aunt Zhou wanted to say something, but didn't dare, because it would upset me. Now hearing me say this, Aunt Zhou was deeply moved. She looked at me. She was the kindest to me among the staff, but before, because she always meddled with Liu Ruyan, I found her annoying instead. Later, after Liu Ruyan took over the house, Aunt Zhou was the first to be fired. Thinking of the past, and seeing Aunt Zhou again now, my eyes stung. I said to Aunt Zhou, "I'm going upstairs." Aunt Zhou said, "Okay. Miss Bai is here." I told her to go back. Actually, Bai Ningbing often came to the house, but because she was someone my father arranged for me, and I liked Liu Ruyan, I was annoyed. I found Bai Ningbing extremely irritating. Every time she came, I wouldn't even see her, and would just send her away. As a result, by the end, I had barely met Bai Ningbing a few times. Thinking about how, before I died, it was her people who took me to the hospital, and she still remembered she was my fiancée. I stopped Aunt Zhou. "I'll go see her." "Where is she?" "In the backyard, playing with Bai." I arrived at the backyard, and saw Bai Ningbing feeding Bai. I had wanted to keep this dog, but Liu Ruyan said she didn't like dogs, so I stopped going near it. I didn't expect Bai Ningbing to get along so well with Bai. She was wearing her school's blue uniform, such a plain uniform, but she still looked stunning in it. Thinking of what I heard before I died, someone like her, with such good conditions, had been single for so many years. My eyes reddened. Bai Ningbing finished petting Bai, then looked up at me, seeing me standing at the doorway. She didn't know how long I'd been there. She was about to walk over, but then remembered I hated her so much, and stopped. "Young Master Jiang." Bai Ningbing was beautiful, but had a steady personality. Though she was the same age as me, she looked like she was already in her 20s. As for her grades, she was always first in the province. She was the one Liu Ruyan resented the most. Liu Ruyan always said Bai Ningbing had good conditions, that her family gave her a lot of learning resources, so she could be so excellent. If she had her conditions, she wouldn't be worse than Bai Ningbing. Every time she saw Bai Ningbing's grades, Liu Ruyan felt uncomfortable, so much so that I couldn't help but see Bai Ningbing as an enemy. But if I think about it carefully, I never had any interaction with her, so how did she ever offend me? Now seeing her, I barely managed to control my emotions, and asked, "Did you need something?" Bai Ningbing said, "Just came to see you." After saying that, seeing I didn't respond, she tactfully said, "I know you don't want to see me. I'll leave now." She hadn't really expected to see me, just wanted to come check on Bai, but she didn't expect I'd actually agree to see her. That was enough for her. Seeing she was about to leave, I asked, "Do you want to stay for dinner?" Hearing this, Bai Ningbing was startled, and looked at me in surprise. Really? The sunset was shining on me, making me seem more approachable. Of course, at this time, Liu Ruyan hadn't come back yet. She had to take Liu Jingyan home. If it were before, I would definitely wait for her to come back before eating. Seeing I wanted to eat so early today, Aunt Zhou was a little surprised. Not waiting for Miss Liu? What's there to wait for? Because the household staff were used to me being Liu Ruyan's simp. Now that I'm not simping anymore, they weren't used to it. Aunt Zhou didn't ask further. "Okay, I'll go arrange it. Oh, and inform Uncle Liu that he doesn't need to come tomorrow." Aunt Zhou was taken aback, but quickly understood. After all, you don't question the master's decisions. Fired Liu Ruyan's father. Only then did I sit down in the dining room. Bai Ningbing had been sneaking glances at me, and now seeing me sit down, she awkwardly looked away. I didn't expect Bai Ningbing to be so innocent back then. I couldn't resist teasing her. "Why aren't you looking at me? Is it that hard to look at?" Even though my grades were terrible, I was still decent looking. If it weren't for Liu Ruyan screwing me over later, I wouldn't have ended up like that. Bai Ningbing looked back at me. "No," she said as she looked at me, with a calm expression. But if you looked closely, you could see her ears were red. I smiled, and asked, "Oh yeah? I heard you always get good grades." Faced with my warmth, Bai Ningbing was still a bit unused to it. "Not bad. Do you know any reliable tutors? Recommend one for me. After all, relying on Liu Ruyan isn't going to work. This life, I won't be like the last." Thinking Dad could protect me forever, I didn't even open a book. While I still have the chance, I need to catch up on my grades. Bai Ningbing has good resources. If he recommended a tutor, it might actually help. "You want a tutor?" "That Liu Ruyan. She heard earlier I had a tutor. We're classmates. That's why Liu Ruyan always stayed at my house. He got fired because Liu Ruyan looked down on me and had zero patience to tutor me. All that money I gave, totally wasted." Bai Ningbing was a bit surprised, seeing I was serious, not joking around. He picked up his cup and took a sip, hiding his nervousness. "I don't have a tutor. I study on my own. If you don't mind, I can come over every day to tutor you." Even though he thought I'd probably refuse, since I used to not even glance at him, today agreeing to have him stay for dinner was already a surprise. Who knew? After hearing my words, I looked totally thrilled. "Really?" Bai Ningbing nodded, flattered. "If you're willing." "I can," I said happily. "Of course it's fine. Just afraid I'll hold you back." "Don't you have to study too?" "No worries." Bai Ningbing's face showed little emotion, but his eyes were very gentle. It didn't matter. He'd finished high school courses long ago. Plus he had a guaranteed admission slot. But afraid to annoy me, He didn't dare mention his own. Then thank you. My grades are terrible. Don't think I'm stupid. Liu Ruyan's grades were also good, but she had zero patience with me. Same question. If I didn't get it after one explanation, she'd yell at me. Originally I was average, but after her tutoring, I actually slipped a lot. Made me totally lose confidence. No problem. I'll come to your place after school. We ate together. Seeing Bai Ningbing so quiet, I picked up chopsticks and put food in his bowl. Treat this like home. No need to be polite. Just then, Liu Ruyan, who had seen Liu Jingyan home, walked in. She'd just gotten news her father was fired. Her father had shooed her out. Seeing I didn't wait for her to eat, and the dishes were already touched, her face darkened instantly. I gave her a cold glance and kept eating. Liu Ruyan originally wanted to ask me about her father's situation, but seeing Bai Ningbing here, she asked unhappily, "What's he doing here?" The old me, to please her, never got close to other girls. Whenever Bai Ningbing came over, I'd chase him away without even looking. Never thought I'd now keep him for a meal. I said, "He's my guest." Got a problem? Liu Ruyan had no choice but to sit down, staring at me. "You specially called him to keep you company, just to piss me off, right?" She knew I didn't like Bai Ningbing. Whenever there was a competition with Bai Ningbing at first, it was hopeless. Bai Ningbing sat nearby, saying nothing. I looked at Liu Ruyan. "You're overthinking. Liu Ruyan, you're not that important." Back then I thought this woman was my world, that everything revolved around her. But starting over, now I only feel disgust and disdain. Continuing to like someone like her would only drag my life into an endless abyss. If you think being with other girls will make me jealous, Jiang Xiaoyu, you're thinking way too much. Seeing you close with someone else, I'd actually welcome it, so you don't bother me all day. With that, she went straight upstairs to her room. I was speechless. As soon as Liu Ruyan left, I could see Bai Ningbing's expression across from me turned complicated. I explained, "Don't listen to her nonsense. He's not mad about that, is he?" I felt uncertain inside. Surprisingly, Bai Ningbing remained silent. His attitude seemed a bit cold. After dinner, I saw Bai Ningbing out. "Be careful on the road." He left without saying much more to me. Very quiet. I went back inside. Liu Ruyan came down the stairs. She'd taken off her school uniform, only wearing a short-sleeved shirt. Even though she later did many evil things, her face was indeed pretty, looked gentle and quiet. That's how she fooled me before. Now Liu Ruyan said to me, "Why did you fire my dad?" She didn't say this in front of others, because she didn't want anyone to know. She was just the daughter of the Jiang's driver. Making a scene in front of Bai Ningbing would embarrass her. I said, dumbfounded, "Do I need to explain firing a driver to you?" "That's my dad," Liu Ruyan said. "Everything today was done on my orders. He had nothing to do with it. If you've got the guts, come at me. Then just fire me instead." The mention of firing immediately perked me up. I stared at Liu Ruyan. "But what did you just say?" Liu Ruyan stared at me in shock. "I thought you always found me stupid. Since that's the case, let's just call it off. Move out of my house. I'll find another tutor. Ever since you started tutoring me, my grades have only gotten worse. I think you're not worth the high salary I pay." Liu Ruyan thought I was joking. Never expected I'd actually fire her now and not let her be my tutor. "Your grades are bad. Because you're too stupid. Can't keep up with the same questions." I explain it once to Liu Jingyan, and he gets it immediately. You're dumb as a pig. How is that my fault? Even if you change teachers, it's the same. Nobody can teach you more. It's entirely your own problem." Seeing her still blaming me, "Move out of the house." "Jiang Xiaoyu." Liu Ruyan frowned. "You're still a student now. You should focus on studying. All day you only think about dating me. No wonder your grades are bad. What are you even talking about?" Liu Ruyan snorted coldly. "These little tricks of yours. You're just jealous that I'm close to Liu Jingyan, right? Because I won't date you. You're in a bad mood. But right now, I just want to focus on studying and get into a good university. I'm not like you. Even without school, your family's money is more than enough. So I can't be with you now." I stared at the woman before me, shaken inside. A few seconds later, I snapped out of it. "Who wants to be with you?" "Liu Ruyan. Where do you get this confidence? Did you really think I'd want you? If I don't like you, you're nothing." Liu Ruyan just thought I was being stubborn. "Think whatever you want, but I have to warn you. If you invite Bai Ningbing for dinner again, don't blame me for ignoring you." He finished and went straight to his room, then slammed the door shut. What a nerve. Does he think this is his own home? I went back to my room. Then I called Aunt Zhou. I instructed Aunt Zhou, "Tomorrow move Liu Ruyan's things out of the room. In my house, there's no room for someone who wants to step on me." Then I got Bai Ningbing's number and saved it. Also sent her a message. "Did you get home?" But she didn't reply. I woke up in the morning. Since I no longer had to pick up Liu Jingyan, I could sleep in. I thought Liu Ruyan had already left. But after getting up, I saw her sitting at the table waiting for me. I found a seat and sat down. Started enjoying my breakfast. Every day, I rushed to pick up Liu Jingyan. I hardly ever had a proper breakfast at home. Now seeing Liu Ruyan waiting for me here, I looked up at her stubborn expression. Even now, she still seems to think I'm a fool. After breakfast, I walked out. Liu Ruyan followed closely behind. The driver had been replaced with someone else. He proactively opened the car door for me. I got in the car. Liu Ruyan got in after me. I looked at her and said, "School beauty Liu, what's the meaning of this? Didn't you say you weren't going the same way as me?" "I remember exactly what you said yesterday." Liu Ruyan pursed her lips. She didn't speak. "If my father hadn't insisted I humor you, I wouldn't bother. Just because your family has some money, you like to bully others. Big deal. But her father still needs this job. I can't be bothered to waste time with her here." Told the driver to go. The two arrived at the school gate. I got out of the car. Liu Ruyan followed behind me. Before, when they came, they always brought Liu Jingming. Today Liu Jingyan came by bus himself. Seeing Liu Ruyan, he quickly walked over. Liu Jingyan's eyes fell on me. Yesterday, I made a scene. He couldn't understand it either. The son of a nobody. Dared to be so arrogant to Liu Ruyan. Seeing Liu Ruyan and me going to school together, he asked, "You two made up?" I ignored them completely. I walked straight inside. Liu Ruyan stared at my back. Seeing that I completely ignored him, Jiang Xiaoyu frowned. He said to Liu Jingyan, "I have nothing to argue with him." Liu Jingyan said, "No matter what, letting the son of a nobody bully you like this, you're way too nice. Now everyone is talking about it. Jiang Xiaoyu is the real young master." Liu Ruyan said, "Don't mind their opinions. My dad has a pretty good relationship with Jiang Xiaoyu. He told me to take good care of Jiang Xiaoyu. I can't just ignore him, right? Well, seeing it's because of his father that he's like this." Liu Jingyan felt a bit relieved. I arrived at the classroom. Wang Yan was already there. She was blocking the seat, not letting me in. I said move. Wang Yan glanced at me. She said, "You're so shameless. Yesterday, you actually left School Beauty Liu and Liu Jingyan there, and had the driver take the car away yourself." I stared at Wang Yan, let out a light laugh. "My own car. I have the right to refuse others a ride. Why do you care? Who are you?" Seeing how justified I looked, everyone couldn't help but be curious. "You're saying that Maybach is your family's? What else?" I said coldly, glancing at the speaker. Wang Yan softly laughed. "A guy like you? Jiang Xiaoyu, we know exactly who you are. Now you want to play the rich young master here. Do you really have the qualifications? I heard that driver is your dad. Your whole family works for the Jiang family. It's because School Beauty is nice that she doesn't bother with you. Otherwise, she'd have kicked you out long ago. Look at you. Don't be too demanding." Wang Yan and Liu Jingyan are close. Liu Jingyan often hangs out with Liu Ruyan. Hearing her say this, everyone believed her words. Liu Ruyan and Liu Jingyan appeared at the classroom door. Liu Ruyan's expression looked stiff. Because of what Wang Yan said, actually wasn't accusing me, but was scolding her. She walked over and said to Wang Yan, "Go back to your seat." Wang Yan resentfully glanced at Liu Ruyan. She clearly sensed Liu Ruyan's displeasure. Had to move her things away. Liu Ruyan sat next to me again, faced with this behavior of hers. I didn't pay much attention. After all, I didn't care about her actions. She's the teacher's pet. Her social skills are quite good. If she switches seats, no one will criticize her. Wang Yan sat next to Liu Jingyan. She felt somewhat unconvinced. She said to Liu Jingyan, "Jingyan, School Beauty. What does this mean?" Jiang Xiaoyu is walking all over her, and she's still defending him. Now Jiang Xiaoyu even moved in to live with her. Liu Jingyan said, "Her dad told her to take good care of Jiang Xiaoyu. No other meaning. Don't overthink it. So that's why." Wang Yan said, "I knew it. How could Jiang Xiaoyu be like this? He even said that car is his family's." Liu Ruyan's own phone. Looks expensive. Liu Jingyan's gifts aren't cheap either. But look at Jiang Xiaoyu's phone. It's about the same as mine. And he still tries to pretend to be a rich kid. Who would believe that? I sat in my seat. I secretly glanced at my phone. Bai Ningbing finally replied to me. Just a single Looks extremely cold. I couldn't help but recall how friendly she was to me yesterday. But after going back, her attitude became cold. I clearly sent the message last night, and she only replied now. At this moment, Liu Ruyan happened to be sitting nearby, seeing me looking at messages. And the note was still Bai Ningbing. She couldn't help but frown. Clearly nothing has changed. But since yesterday, she feels I seem to have become a different person. I took out my phone, sent a message to Bai Ningbing. "So are you still coming for tutoring this afternoon?" Bai Ningbing again only replied with a single "As long as she's willing to come, it's fine." I didn't worry about it anymore. I was extremely focused in class. At noon, Liu Jingyan came over to go downstairs with Liu Ruyan for lunch. Liu Ruyan involuntarily glanced at me. She asked me, "Aren't you going to eat?" My level of seriousness today amazed Liu Ruyan. I didn't even doze off in class. At that moment, I was still carefully organizing my notes. It's a joke. Every day my head was only full of her. Yet I actually have times when I study seriously. Seeing I was still busy after class, Liu Ruyan couldn't help but curiously ask. But I acted as if I didn't hear her at all. Completely ignored her. Liu Jingyan glanced at Liu Ruyan. Said, "Jiang Xiaoyu isn't coming. Let's go ourselves. Bring him up later." "No need." I rejected Liu Jingyan's kindness. Liu Jingyan is a good person, at least in everyone's eyes. He always has been. So even if others laugh behind his back, Liu Jingyan's attitude toward himself remains optimistic and positive. But I don't want to owe anyone any favors. I carefully packed my things, then stood up. I didn't go downstairs with them. Liu Jingyan followed beside Liu Ruyan, saying, "What's wrong with him? He won't even talk to you. What exactly did you do to offend him?" Liu Ruyan was also puzzled. She wanted to figure it out too. No matter how cold he was to me before, I'd always cling to him like a little pug. But since yesterday, even though he did nothing, I still act like this. It's really confusing. Liu Jingyan said, "Oh, by the way, should we invite him to your birthday party this weekend?" This week happens to be Liu Ruyan's birthday. Last year she celebrated at the Imperial Court Hotel. I booked the hotel, arranged everything, and had Liu Ruyan invite the whole class. It cost hundreds of thousands in one night. Everyone who went praised it endlessly. I felt honored to attend Liu Ruyan's birthday party. This time was no different. A few days ago, I had already taken care of everything. If I hadn't said I was firing him, Liu Ruyan wouldn't have thought much of it. But after what I said yesterday, and today's cold attitude, she couldn't help overthinking. If I don't show up, will her birthday party still happen? Watching my retreating figure, Liu Ruyan comforted herself inwardly. Whatever, why am I worried? He'll definitely come. He wouldn't skip my birthday. Maybe he's acting cold on purpose, just to surprise me. With that, she relaxed a bit, and said to Liu Jingyan, "He'll definitely come." Liu Jingyan said, "Yeah, he's always at your birthday." In the afternoon, Liu Ruyan and Liu Jingyan had filial piety program rehearsals. I didn't wait for him. I went straight home. Bai Ningbing was already there. When I got back, she and Bai came to greet me together. Seeing her appear before me, I smiled. Maybe because of our past life bond. Now every time we meet, it feels so precious and rare. Seeing the smile on my face, Bai Ningbing was stunned. She was used to my willful and cold demeanor. Recently I've been warm and enthusiastic, which always makes her a bit shy. Unable to look me in the eye, I looked at her and said with a smile, "You're here so early. Then let's go straight to the study." So I took Bai Ningbing upstairs. During class today, I found a lot of things I didn't understand. I was hoping I could ask you for help. We sat down in the study. In the past, the seat next to me was Liu Ruyan's. But even if Liu Ruyan sat there, she never seriously tutored me. She would even think I was wasting her time. Bai Ningbing sat down beside me. She brought 2 test papers to first check my current level. I finished the papers seriously and handed them to her. Bai Ningbing took the papers and looked at them quietly for a moment. I felt a bit ashamed. "Sorry, I'm really dumb." "It's not your fault," said Bai Ningbing. "It's just the learning methods aren't right. Let me help you with the basics first." "Okay." I nodded. When Bai Ningbing taught, she kept her head down, not looking at me, and explained very seriously. But her problem-solving approach was incredibly easy to understand for me. Many things I couldn't figure out. When she explained them, I suddenly got them easily. Bai Ningbing taught for a while, felt a bit thirsty, and just as she looked up, she noticed I was staring at her. She swallowed nervously, then turned her gaze back to the problems. "What's wrong? Any questions? I just think you're really patient with me. But why are you so cold on the phone? You only replied 2 words to me from start to finish. Is it because of Liu Ruyan? Do you have a problem with me?" Bai Ningbing denied it. "No. My family came over yesterday, so I was busy. I couldn't reply to your message in time. I only saw it this morning. If you need anything, feel free to call me anytime." Just as they were busy, my phone suddenly rang. I quickly answered. Liu Ruyan's voice came through. "Jiang Xiaoyu. What do you mean by this? What did I do now?" Hearing her accusatory tone, I had no idea what I'd done to upset her. Liu Ruyan said, "You actually had them throw away all my stuff." I glanced at Bai Ningbing, not hiding anything, and said directly to Liu Ruyan, "I told you yesterday. You're fired. Since that's the case, there's no reason for you to stay in my house, right? I'm having class now. Don't bother me." After saying that, I hung up. Liu Ruyan stood at the door, watching her luggage being thrown out, unable to believe I would do this. Was I really kicking her out? I hung up and said to Bai Ningbing, "Let's continue." Bai Ningbing responded. Not long after, the study door suddenly pushed open. Liu Ruyan stood at the entrance. She was furious, her face dark as thunder. Her eyes fell on me and Bai Ningbing. A trace of contempt flashed in her gaze. Seeing her there, I stood up and asked, "What are you doing here? Don't you dislike me? Don't you look down on me? Now you're the one clinging on." Liu Ruyan stepped forward and demanded, "Jiang Xiaoyu, humiliating me like this. Do you think it's funny?" Bai Ningbing also stood up, instinctively stepping in front of me to protect me. Seeing Liu Ruyan so angry, I retorted, "Are you mistaken? How did I humiliate you? The one truly humiliated is me." Liu Ruyan said, "I paid for everything in your life, and you hang out with Liu Jingyan every day. I followed behind you like a servant, serving you, yet I had to put up with your coldness. Isn't that humiliation? Now I'm just taking back everything I gave her." In her eyes, that's humiliation. Liu Ruyan bit her lip, staring at me. "Don't think that bringing someone here can force me to do anything with you. I can never like you, and I will never date you. I'll tell you straight up, I don't care." After she finished, she turned and left. She even banged into the door. I opened the window and heard a sound. After watching her go downstairs, she grabbed her luggage and left without hesitation. She left pretty cleanly. Liu Ruyan in front of me had always been that proud type. Although my family was poor, I had a backbone of pride. No matter how good I was to her, she would never give in to the lure of money. That's what I liked about her back then. But now that I think about it, it's really laughable. Bai Ningbing saw me standing by the window and reminded me, "Jiang Xiaoyu." I turned around and saw Bai Ningbing still here. "Sorry, let's continue." Bai Ningbing looked at me. "Maybe I should go back first. You don't seem to be in a good mood." "No, I'm in a pretty good mood. I was just thinking about my past life, remembering some stupid things I did. It's not that I'm sad for Liu Ruyan. Seeing how Liu Ruyan was, I actually felt quite happy inside, because at least, I don't have to worry about my future now. Stay away from Liu Ruyan. In this life, I won't get sick again, and won't end up like that again, right?" Bai Ningbing said, "Let's go back first." After saying that, he was about to walk out. I stepped forward and grabbed his hand. Bai Ningbing was startled. He turned around and stared at me. "What's wrong?" I didn't even know what I was doing, but I'm not stupid. I could tell. He was a bit upset. Whenever Liu Ruyan showed up and said those things, Bai Ningbing would instinctively want to distance himself from me. Before, my relationship with Liu Ruyan was very close. I never hid my feelings for Liu Ruyan. I'm afraid everyone, even Bai Ningbing, thought so. They all thought I had a crush on Liu Ruyan. Of course, it was true. I really did like her once. If it weren't for my tragic ending in the past life, I probably would never have woken up. Seeing Bai Ningbing looking at me, I let go. "Are you free on Saturday? I want to go eat at the Royal Court Hotel. Want to come along? The dishes at the Royal Court Hotel are delicious. In my past life, I died of hunger. Now I just want to enjoy myself. If it were before, I would definitely bring Liu Ruyan. But now I'd rather invite Bai Ningbing. Anyway, he's the marriage partner my father arranged. As long as I don't mess it up. After graduation, it's very likely I'll marry Bai Ningbing. I used to think Dad didn't respect me, but now that I think back, she's not worse looking than Liu Ruyan. Plus, she's beautiful and comes from a good family. Her liking me seems like I'm the one getting the better deal." Bai Ningbing said, "You're not going with her?" The her he meant was Liu Ruyan. I asked back, "So you hope I'm with her? You want me to avoid you like before?" "Of course not." Bai Ningbing retorted without hesitation. "Then it's settled. See you Saturday." Saturday afternoon. I arrived a bit late. When I entered, I spotted many old acquaintances at the door. They were all dressed up glamorously. Seeing me appear, Wang Yan, Lu Jingyan's good friend, saw me and couldn't help but laugh. Jiang Xiaoyu, how dare you show your face here? I frowned in confusion. Why can't I come? The owner of the Royal Court Hotel is a good friend of my dad. I'm a super VIP here. I can come whenever I want. I'm curious to know, why can't I come? Wang Yan sneered. These past 2 days at school, the school beauty hasn't even acknowledged you. Now it's her birthday, and you still have the nerve to come. Oh, it's Liu Ruyan's birthday. Right, today is her birthday. I've been busy with classes lately. Didn't even think about it. If they hadn't reminded me, I would have almost forgotten. I had already arranged with the Royal Court Hotel. This year is Liu Ruyan's 18th birthday. The year of her 18th birthday. I gave her a big celebration at the Royal Court Hotel. It was extremely grand, but it was also on this day that I found out about Liu Jingyan and Liu Ruyan dating. I went to confront her, but she looked completely justified. Liu Jingyan and I like each other. Why can't we be together? Jiang Xiaoyu, can you stop meddling in my affairs? Later, I got angry and ignored her. We ended up in a cold war for 2 full days, but I still couldn't help apologizing to her first, and it was from her birthday onward. Afterwards, they openly dated right in front of me. Later, I had no choice, so I begged Liu Ruyan to be with me, to get her to marry me. I even did, giving away the company my father left me. That kind of stupid thing. Now, looking at this lively scene, I didn't want to deal with them. Everything Liu Ruyan has at the hotel was all arranged by me. Naturally, the expenses were my responsibility. Now that I've come to my senses, I no longer care about her, and she still dares to bring them here to spend. I'm curious how she'll handle it later. I ignored the classmates' taunts and walked straight into the elevator. My reservation with Bai Ningbing is already made. I wonder if he's arrived yet. As soon as I stepped out of the elevator, I caught sight of Liu Ruyan chatting warmly with Liu Jingyan. She immediately noticed my arrival. Liu Ruyan's gaze instantly locked onto me. She smiled and said, I knew you'd show up. I thought you really wouldn't come. Liu Ruyan walked toward me. She teased me with a hint of smugness. Didn't you say you wouldn't come? Humph. Don't think that just because you came, I'll forgive what you did before. Jiang Xiaoyu, I'm still angry. She always does this. Always uses her anger to force me to compromise. I looked at her, a slight smile curling at the corner of my mouth. What's up? Liu Ruyan said. Aren't you here for my birthday? Why would I celebrate your birthday? You didn't even invite me. So many classmates are celebrating your birthday. You shouldn't miss me, right? Jiang Xiaoyu, what do you mean? Liu Ruyan looked at me irritably. Even now I'm still being stubborn. Even on her birthday, I don't want to give in. I have to make her angry. Just then, the restaurant manager came up to me, addressed me as Young Master Jiang. Has Bai Ningbing arrived? I asked, and the manager nodded. He's already here. Please show me the way. Thank you. Okay. The manager was about to take me to Bai Ningbing, but Liu Ruyan followed me. Jiang Xiaoyu, have you had enough? You're even going to find Bai Ningbing? Is he too good-tempered? I glanced at her. I'm not the one making a scene. You are. You told me not to cling to you. You think I'm annoying. Now I'm not clinging to you. What's wrong with you? Your boyfriend is still waiting for you. I said, glancing at Liu Jingyan, who seemed to want to follow. Seemed to think it was inappropriate. Liu Jingyan had never seen Liu Ruyan being this proactive toward me. Of course, I know why Liu Ruyan is being so proactive. It's not that she can't bear to part with me, but she can't bear to part with the money in my pockets. Before, she clearly didn't like me, yet she enjoyed everything I gave without guilt, verbally refused my gifts, but accepted gladly. Now I ignore her, and she panicked. After all, this long-planned birthday party, how could it end so hastily? Liu Ruyan said, if it's because of my relationship with Liu Jingyan, I can stay away from him. In that case, can you stop making a fuss? For the first time ever, she actually chose to take a step back. It shows how much she values this birthday party. Also, if she didn't care about face, she wouldn't play the rich heiress at school, wouldn't invite so many people to her birthday party. So she's afraid of losing face too, having seen Liu Ruyan's cold, noble demeanor. Now, I see her compromise for a birthday party. I find this quite interesting. I nodded, I know you're celebrating your birthday today. Wouldn't want to spoil everyone's fun, right? Then I said, I turned to the manager. Earlier at your restaurant, I reserved the Jade Hall, using the name Liu Ruyan. The manager checked and said, yes, young Master Jiang, since today is Liu's birthday, then let her use this hall. I looked at Liu Ruyan and said, is this okay? Liu Ruyan saw me relent and breathed a sigh of relief. She looked at me and said, you did all this just to make me separate from Liu Jingyan. You just can't stand us being together. You're overthinking whoever you're with. I don't care about you at all. Liu Ruyan, give it time and you'll understand. Without me, Jiang Xiaoyu, you're nothing. The manager stood quietly aside. Me saying this made Liu Ruyan lose face. I can't be bothered with you. She turned and left decisively. The manager glanced at me. Then I'll have someone set up the Jade Hall. I nodded, but make sure she pays all the expenses before leaving. No one leaves before paying. Okay, young Master Jiang. I'll handle everything. Then I went to find Bai Ningbing. Liu Ruyan returned to Liu Jingyan's side. Liu Jingyan saw her grim expression, asked, how did it go? What were you talking about? Liu Ruyan said, nothing special. She glanced at the gentle, attentive Liu Jingyan to make herself break up with him. What a nice thought. After today's birthday party ends, he'll never have anything to do with me again. Will never give me a kind look again. Bai Ningbing didn't wear her school uniform today. She wore a dress, though the style was very simple, but she wore it, and it made her look particularly elegant. When I walked in, she was focused on reading the menu. Suddenly, she heard a sound. Then she looked up and met my eyes. I smiled. Been waiting long? No, I just arrived too. Bai Ningbing was looking at me. Today I wore a t-shirt. Looked quite sunny and handsome. but I'm a bit thin. I naturally sat down next to her. Bai Ningbing didn't expect me to sit so close. She felt a bit uneasy. There are many seats. I could clearly sit elsewhere. I didn't notice her discomfort at the time. I asked, did you order? Not yet, still looking. Let me see. I leaned over, looked at the menu over her hand. Bai Ningbing couldn't focus on the menu anymore. She kept paying attention to me, wondering what shampoo I used. It smelled nice, a very fresh scent. Not cloying at all. I wanted something heavy flavored. Seemed to remind myself I'm alive. Those days of not enough food, not warm enough, not sleeping well, sickly days, were torture for me. Even though I've been reborn now, sometimes I still dream of returning to my past life. It was too spicy. I fanned with my hand. I gently picked up the watermelon juice and took a sip. Bai Ningbing asked me, do you like spicy food? It's okay. I looked up at her. You? I like it too. She said, being cooperative. Picked up chopsticks and took some food. In their own private room, the waiter stood by. After a while, the owner of Huangting walked in. His name is Zhou Yi. Seeing him, I politely said, Uncle Zhou. Zhou Yi looked at me, curled his lips, and said, Jiang Xiaoyu is here too. Hearing that, I immediately knew he wasn't here for me. Sure enough, Zhou Yi walked over to Bai Ningbing. He politely addressed, Miss Bai, welcome to our hotel for dinner. If anything is not up to standard, please let me know. He is close with my father, so he knows Bai Ningbing's identity. Ordinary people have no idea about Bai Ningbing's background, nor that the little heiress of the Bai family in the capital is hidden in Yunqing. Bai Ningbing acknowledged, then continued eating. She was very cold. I originally thought she was a warm person, but now I've met her and realized Bai Ningbing doesn't like talking to others. Zhou Yi stood by for a while, personally poured her water. She didn't speak. That stay away vibe spread throughout the room. Finally, Zhou Yi had to tactfully say, then I'll take my leave. Please enjoy yourselves. Wait, Uncle Zhou. I called him back. Zhou Yi heard this voice. He stopped in his tracks, then turned back. Young Master Jiang, any other instructions? He smiled warmly. Seemed like a very warm person. So I've always liked him. But if I remember correctly, in the past life, 3 days after Liu Ruyan's birthday party at Huangting Hotel, a fire suddenly broke out. The reason was insufficient fire safety in the kitchen. After the fire, they found the extinguishers were useless. That fire even caused casualties. Because of that, Huangting Hotel was originally the best hotel in Yunqing, but never recovered after that incident. I heard Zhou Yi fell ill because of it. I looked at Zhou Yi, asked, is your hotel's fire safety okay? Seeing me suddenly ask about this, Zhou Yi looked at me surprised. Young Master Jiang, why suddenly care about this? I just think, better to have someone thoroughly check it, especially the kitchen area. Don't worry, Zhou Yi said. Our hotel's fire safety is perfect. Absolutely no problems will occur. We take responsibility for our guests. I quietly looked at him. Uncle Zhou, maybe you should check it yourself? Seeing me so persistent, Zhou Yi's face showed some displeasure as he stared at me. What do you mean by that? Young Master Jiang, don't you trust my words? Your father and I are good friends. What kind of person I am? Your father knows very well. I do business with a conscience. This is doubting my character. I'm about the same age as his son. In his eyes, I'm just a child. What do I know about this? Bai Ningbing spoke up. Since he says that, might as well go take a look. When Zhou Yi came in, Bai Ningbing never spoke to him again. He asked what. He always responds briefly, but he said the same now. Zhou Yi gave him face. Okay, I'll go now. Bai Ningbing is very steady. Plus his status is obvious. Although he's about the same age as me, but his words seem more reassuring. After Zhou Yi left, I couldn't help but look at Bai Ningbing in surprise. Why help me? I just made this request, because I really know a lot. But from Bai Ningbing's perspective, he should know nothing about this. Bai Ningbing heard me and said, since you spoke up, isn't it only right to help you? Aren't you afraid I'm talking nonsense? What does it matter? Bai Ningbing said, even if it's just a joke, it won't be a big problem. Just making him run an errand. He said these things, quite calmly, but as I watched him, a surge of warmth rose in my heart. The feeling of being deeply trusted. I recalled the moment I was diagnosed with AIDS. No one believed I was a victim. They all said I was fooling around. If I had actually fooled around, I would have accepted it. Everyone blamed me. They were filled with disgust for me. Even I started to hate myself. But I never expected that it was Liu Ruyan, who deliberately had someone give me a needle used by an AIDS patient. She wanted to use that as an excuse not to marry me. Only the one who sets you up knows how wrong you are. Bai Ningbing and I ate for a long time. We didn't leave after eating. We ordered dessert. We also brought homework and did the homework on the side. Bai Ningbing could also explain problems to me. The two of us stayed until evening. Liu Ruyan's birthday party ended. When they were about to leave, everyone was detained because Liu Ruyan didn't pay the bill. Liu Ruyan called me. I didn't answer the first time. Bai Ningbing sat beside me watching. Don't answer. I said I know who's calling. I didn't mind. Until Liu Ruyan called 2 more times. I answered, Jiang Xiaoyu. What do you mean? On the other end of the line, Liu Ruyan's voice was full of anger. The angrier she was, the more pleased I felt. Although I said I don't want to deal with her, I still need to avenge my past life. Otherwise, I can't swallow that anger. I smirked and said, School beauty Liu. What's wrong? Why so angry? Come over and pay the bill. Liu Ruyan lowered her voice. Don't cause trouble. She originally thought that after the birthday party, after he left, she wouldn't have to deal with me anymore. But she didn't expect that I was waiting for her here. Now she doesn't have money to pay. Everyone was detained. Everyone was waiting for her. I said, how strange. I didn't go to your birthday party. Why should I pay? Why don't you go Dutch with your classmates, pool money together, and pay? After all, they treat you well. Your relationship is good. They often treat you to meals. Before, I used to give Liu Ruyan over 100,000 spending money every month. Liu Ruyan took it as her due. She thought the tutoring money she earned was all deserved. She was also generous. often treating everyone to meals. Everyone thought Liu Ruyan was a big spender and were willing to get close to her, but she was using my money. Liu Ruyan said, Jiang Xiaoyu, do you have to be like this? What do you want me to do to get you to come pay? I said, when asking for a favor, at least have the right attitude. Don't you think? Over the phone, I heard. Liu Ruyan let out a reluctant sigh, not unconditionally simping for her like before. She was naturally angry. I smirked, unwilling. Then forget it. I'm hanging up. Please. Liu Ruyan clenched her teeth, holding her phone. They were now stopped by the hotel staff, completely unable to leave. I hung up and stood up. Then I said to Bai Ningbing, I'll step out for a moment. I walked all the way to the Emerald Hall. At that time, the classmates attending the birthday party were all inside. They were still stuck there. Everyone was staring at Liu Ruyan to pay the bill. The atmosphere instantly became very awkward. Couldn't leave. Liu Ruyan could only stay here helplessly, facing everyone's gaze. Just as I appeared, the manager came over. He politely addressed me, young Master Jiang. I looked at the group of people. They were all dressed up beautifully. In the afternoon, they all looked down on me. This time, they lost their arrogance. After all, nothing is more embarrassing than being stuck here with no money to pay. I said with a smile, what's wrong, everyone? Isn't this school beauty Liu's birthday party? Looks like you're not very happy. I deliberately looked at Liu Ruyan. Her expression was darker than anyone else's. Liu Jingyan stood by the side, not knowing what was going on. The manager explained, this Miss Liu didn't pay the bill. I just had them pay the bill. I calmly said, is that so? It's no big deal. No need to make such a fuss. They're all my classmates. I'll pay tonight's bill. I handed over my card. The manager took the card and went to swipe it. The others looked at me with complex expressions. Liu Ruyan was celebrating her birthday. She actually made me come over to pay. What's going on? Can't she pay herself? Liu Ruyan felt her face burning. She looked at me. No wonder I came so easily. So my purpose was to shame her, to let everyone know she's a broke, dependent on me for money. Paying the bill is a simple matter. I could have handled it discreetly, but now it's made so conspicuous, and insisted on swiping the card in front of everyone. This man is really crazy. Soon the manager finished swiping the card. Then he handed me the card and the bill. Young Master Jiang, it's done. Here's the bill. I checked the bill, intentionally read out the amount. 860,000, Liu Ruyan. Happy birthday. This year on your birthday, I'll pay this bill for you. But there won't be a next time. I then glanced at Liu Jingyan. Liu Jingyan stood beside me. His face was turning pale. What's going on? Liu Ruyan's money was all given by Jiang Xiaoyu. Isn't she a rich heiress? The scene before them was too embarrassing. Wang Yin stepped forward. She said to me, Jiang Xiaoyu, what are you joking about? Liu Ruyan's money is placed with you, so it becomes yours? You're just the child of a servant in their family, helping to take care of it. What are you so proud of? Is your family's money kept by the servants? I looked at Wang Yin, smiled lightly. Since you say so, I'm the son of Liu Ruyan's maid. Then let me tell you now, he's not her father. He's our driver. That day at the school gate, he ditched me, picked up Liu Ruyan and Liu Jingyan, and drove off. He's been fired now. If you don't believe me, go ask Liu Ruyan yourself. With that, I glanced at Liu Ruyan. What do you say, school beauty Liu? He glared at me, resentment burning in his eyes. In all his life, even when he was dirt poor, he'd never been humiliated like this. Now everyone was laughing at him. But this time, he couldn't say a word. After all, I could very well take back the money and leave him stranded here. He ignored me, turned, and walked out. Liu Jingyan watched the whole scene, then followed him out. The sight was unbearable, but he had no choice but to leave. He never expected. She was actually the driver's daughter. So then, why had she been pretending to be a rich heiress all this time? After the two left, I scanned everyone present. Nothing else to see here. You can all go now. Be careful on your way home. It's getting late. One by one, they left the Jade Hall. Watching them go, I finally walked out of the Jade Hall. You walked with me toward the entrance and saw me to the elevator door. Just then, Bai Ningbing showed up. We got into the elevator together. This time, I didn't speak either, keeping very quiet. Just now, even though I'd cleared up my identity in front of everyone, I didn't feel all that happy inside. Compared to the suffering I've gone through all these years, this small punishment for Liu Ruyan couldn't really ease the hatred in my heart. Bai Ningbing saw I was silent and didn't disturb me. We reached the ground floor, only to see Mr. Zhou there too. He immediately walked over to me. Jiang Xiaoyu. This time, his target wasn't Bai Ningbing. It was me. I politely said, Uncle Zhou. Zhou shook my hand. Jiang Xiaoyu, thank you so much. If it weren't for you, we would have had a huge disaster at the hotel. I just went to check in person and found a lot of problems due to my cousin's incompetence. I've already sent him home. I relaxed. It's nothing. Zhou asked curiously, how did you know our hotel's fire safety was faulty? That question caught me off guard. I had to come up with an excuse. I dreamed about it last night. Zhou heard that and couldn't help laughing. All right, I won't ask. By the way, I had some gifts prepared for you too. He told his assistant to bring the gifts over. 2 small presents in bags. Consider this my thanks. Anything you need, just let me know. He certainly remembered this favor. Zhou saw us out. The Bai family's car had already arrived. I sat in the car, looking out the window. At this hour, there weren't many pedestrians on the road, but quite a few cars. Traffic was a bit heavy. I remembered how much Bai Ningbing and I used to talk when we were together, but this time, it was unusually quiet. Bai Ningbing didn't bother me either. Still, thinking about it, I'd actually foreseen that the Royal Court Hotel had fire safety issues. Logically, I shouldn't know more about their hotel than Zhou. He'd also heard about what happened at the Jade Hall. Today was Liu Ruyan's birthday, and I didn't go stay with her. Instead, I was here with him. On top of that, I'd ended up embarrassing Liu Ruyan. I really did want to cut things off with her for good. So then why was I showing this disappointed look now? What was the point? Actually, I only felt sad for a moment. Then I stopped, feeling upset, because I knew I'd been reborn now, and everything could start over. As long as I didn't repeat the mistakes of my past life, a lot of things could still be fixed. So I quickly got sleepy. I've been going to school seriously every day lately, and it's been exhausting. I feel like I can never wake up, and now I was already dozing off. Soon, I leaned over, resting on Bai Ningbing and falling asleep. Bai Ningbing froze, not daring to move. When we reached the Jiang residence, his arm was already a bit numb. He didn't dare change position either, afraid of waking me up. He just stayed like that. Young miss, we've arrived. Bai Ningbing glanced outside. Then his gaze fell on my pale face, hesitating whether to wake me. At that moment, the driver had already gotten out first, waiting outside, but Bai Ningbing never called me. I felt the car stop, and woke up. I glanced out the window, realizing I was home. I lifted my eyes to look at Bai Ningbing. He was just sitting there quietly, not even daring to look at me. I gently rubbed my stiff neck, sat up straight, and said, "We're here." Bai Ningbing nodded in response. "Then why didn't you call me? You were sleeping so soundly." When he spoke, his face was always expressionless. Looking at him, I noticed his ears turning red. I remembered how innocent he always was, but I didn't think he'd be this innocent. Bai Ningbing heard me say his name, and looked at me. I asked, "Are you afraid of me?" Bai Ningbing said no. "Then why don't you like looking at me? When you're with me, it's like you can't stand me." Bai Ningbing cleared his throat. "I'm just not used to being this close to someone. You're the first." Hearing that, I couldn't help but laugh. "Then why didn't you tell me to stay away?" Bai Ningbing heard me say that, as if trying to prove he wasn't being led by me. He asked, "Why did you and Liu Ruyan break up? Didn't you like her a lot?" The moment he brought that up, I froze for a second, staring at the empty street ahead. I just said, "I just realized I don't like her anymore. It's nothing. I'm going in." I had just stepped out of the car when the Jiang family's front door slowly opened. Dad, Jiang Xiaoyu, appeared at the entrance. The moment I saw my dad, my eyes lit up. "Dad, you're finally back." Jiang Xiaoyu was busy with work, so I was almost always home alone. There were plenty of servants, but not many could control me. And on top of that, my dad spoiled me and rarely disciplined me. He always thought as long as I was happy, being doted on by my dad were the most carefree days of my life. But in my past life, my dad advised me not to keep chasing after Liu Ruyan. I wouldn't listen. Now, seeing my dad again, I felt a warmth in my heart. Standing before him, a long-lost wave of grievance welled up. I fell into my dad's arms, and tears instantly burst out. "Maybe only in front of the people closest to you can you show your vulnerable side." Jiang Xiaoyu saw me coming back so late, and at first his expression was stern. He wanted to regain some dignity as a father in front of his son, who knew I'd suddenly pull a stunt like that. And when I cried, Jiang Qingming immediately panicked. He gently patted my shoulder. "What's wrong, son? Who bullied you? Was it that brat Liu Ruyan? I heard you fired both her and her father." I hugged Dad. "Nothing. I just missed you. Silly kid. Usually you get annoyed when I call twice. By the way, is that the Bai family's car?" I turned around only after Dad mentioned it. I saw the Bai family's car parked at the gate. Bai Ningbing had already gotten out. My eyes were red. I felt a bit embarrassed that he saw me like this. I told Dad. Bai Ningbing drove me home. "We're going out for dinner tonight." Jiang Qingming glanced at me. He seemed a bit surprised. Back when he brought up the engagement, I was strongly against it. I even said I would never have anything to do with Bai Ningbing. Now the two of them were out together. Although he didn't know what got into me, Jiang Qingming still said to Bai Ningbing, "Ningbing, come in and sit for a while." "Hello, Uncle Jiang." Bai Ningbing said, "I won't come in. I'll head home today." He glanced at me, then turned and got into the car. The Bai family's car drove off. Only then did I follow Dad back inside. "Did Bai Ningbing bully you?" Seeing my red eyes and pitiful look, I shook my head and denied it. "No, he's been good to me." I sat on the sofa. Dad kept staring at me, but Dad was still young. Of course, he wasn't old when he left either. It's just that I always remembered Dad when he passed. He seemed so old already. Jiang Qingming kept asking for a long time, until he was sure Liu Ruyan hadn't bullied me. Only then did he relax. Sunday morning, just after getting up, Aunt Zhou told me Liu Ruyan had come. Last night's scene flashed in my mind. We'd already completely fallen out. Liu Ruyan must have understood. I wouldn't spoil her anymore. I didn't expect her to show up. I went downstairs. Turns out it wasn't just Liu Ruyan. Her father was also there. Uncle Liu sat on the sofa and said to Jiang Qingming, "President Jiang, our Liu Ruyan was out of line. I've already scolded her. She won't bully Jiang Xiaoyu anymore." Jiang Qingming frowned. "Do you have the right to say my son's name?" He had long disliked the Jiang family women. If he wasn't afraid his son would cut ties with him, he wouldn't have tolerated her at all. Uncle Liu realized he'd said something wrong. He quickly apologized. "Young master, I'm sorry." When he saw me coming downstairs, he quickly averted his eyes from me. "Good morning, young master. I brought Liu Ruyan here today to apologize." I turned to look at Liu Ruyan. She sat there, with a sullen expression, silent. Apologize? I didn't think Liu Ruyan came to apologize, because her face was full of reluctance. Clearly, she still held a grudge about last night. How could she possibly apologize to me? "Uncle Liu, what are you saying? Liu Ruyan hasn't offended me in any way. No need to apologize. But I heard you fired her." When Uncle Liu was fired, he himself wasn't that worried. After all, his monthly salary was not much, and he left early and came back late every day. But Liu Ruyan was different. She only tutored me, and she got a lot of money. Maybe the whole Jiang family would be hers in the future. Now that we've fallen out completely, how could Uncle Liu possibly agree to let her tutor me? In recent years, my grades have been getting worse, and Liu Ruyan also felt she couldn't handle the job. "I'm too stupid. She can't teach me." So I had to respect her wishes and let her go. Actually, there's no conflict between us. She didn't do anything unpleasant. An apology isn't necessary. Jiang Qingming glanced at me sideways. When I said all this, my expression was extremely calm. Before, I insisted on being with Liu Ruyan and having her tutor me. He had no choice but to agree. Now I had actually fired Liu Ruyan. Jiang Qingming was a bit surprised and also a bit moved. His son had grown up. I have class, and I need to eat too. Jiang Qingming had someone see the father and daughter out. After eating, I walked out of the house. The driver was waiting in the yard. I got in the car. The car drove out of the Jiang estate. I saw Liu Ruyan still at the gate. Her father was also there. Unlike the gentle demeanor he had inside the house, Uncle Liu raised his hand and slapped her directly. I knew Liu Ruyan's background. Her father was a gambler. Her mother couldn't stand it. So she abandoned Liu Ruyan and ran off. All these years, she lived with her father and borrowed money from relatives for school. Later, when she got a bit older, she found ways to support herself. Under those circumstances, she still managed to excel at school, ranking first every time. That's why I cherished her even more and took special care of her, giving her the best of everything, hoping she'd have a better life. But while I pitied her, she never pitied me. She only treated me as an ATM. And the person in her heart wasn't me. I looked away. I went straight to school. Because of what happened yesterday, everyone seemed much friendlier toward me. Classmates started talking to me on their own. Jiang Xiaoyu, is your family really that rich? So that means Liu Ruyan's money all came from you. We always thought she was a rich heiress. Don't you already know? Young master, how about considering me? I promise I'll be more obedient than Liu Ruyan. I looked at the girl who said that, and hearing her words, I couldn't help laughing out loud. Just then, Liu Ruyan appeared. When she heard that girl's words, Liu Ruyan sneered. You wish. He'd have to be interested in you first. He has a new target now. What chance do you have? Get in line. New target. Hearing Liu Ruyan's words, everyone looked over. Where's this new target? Who could be better than Liu Ruyan? Is there anyone more outstanding than her in our school? Probably not. Even though she's not a rich heiress anymore, Liu Ruyan's academic performance is excellent. And she's good looking too. So everyone thinks she has great potential. Liu Ruyan didn't answer them. She just fixed her eyes on me. I was your simp for so long, just because I didn't want to date you. You treat me like this? Jiang Xiaoyu, even if you use this tactic, Liu Ruyan, will never like you. Someone like you, with bad grades, relying only on your family's money, expecting everyone to revolve around you. You can't even compare to a single finger of Liu Jingyan. Hearing Liu Ruyan mention it, everyone remembered my bottom-ranking grades. I wasn't just Liu Ruyan's simp. Still a fool. Before I could speak, Liu Ruyan brought up last night's birthday party. You told me to invite everyone. I didn't want to go, but in the end, you deliberately embarrassed my classmates. Do you think just because you have money, you can toy with other people's self-respect? And don't twist the facts, saying I'm the one supporting you. That money was just payment for tutoring you. I won't take your money anymore. But don't expect me to help you again either. After Liu Ruyan said all that, she directly swapped seats with someone else. Like she didn't want anything to do with me at all. Oh, he's putting on that aloof top student act again. He's always like this. I haven't forgotten how he begged me last night. At first, watching his dad hit him, I actually felt a little sorry for him. Now I think he got off too easy. I didn't let him off either. Tutoring Liu Ruyan? You really have the nerve to say that. Ever since you started tutoring me, have you done a single useful thing? Besides spending my money? My monthly rank at the bottom of the class. That's your tutoring result. Liu Ruyan said expressionlessly. I told you long ago. You're just too stupid. What does that have to do with me? Jiang Xiaoyu, you're so rich. Why not use the money to get a new brain? As soon as Liu Ruyan opened her mouth, everyone else couldn't help laughing. I looked at her righteous expression. Are you sure it's me who's stupid? And not your teaching methods? Liu Ruyan remembered Bai Ningbing. Knowing I'd already asked Bai Ningbing to tutor me, he gave a light snort. Well, in that case, how about this? At the next monthly exam, let me see your scores. Nothing too much. Just improve by 100 places in the year ranking. And I'll admit I'm the problem. He wanted to see if Bai Ningbing could actually teach him, given that his brain was completely useless. Fine, I looked at him. He only asked me to move up 100 places. Not even a lot. Showing how much he looked down on me. Seeing I agreed, Liu Ruyan said to the group. You all heard that. He agreed himself. If he improves by 100 places in the next monthly exam, Liu Ruyan, will punish myself by running 10 kilometers. Wow. Everyone turned to look at Liu Ruyan, all excited. Wang Yan looked at me. Since the campus beauty is running 10K, why don't you run 10K too if you lose? But Jiang Xiaoyu, can you even finish? If you're scared, just admit defeat. I looked at them and said, fine, 100 places isn't that hard, especially since I've been studying with Bai Ningbing these days, and his way of explaining is really easy to understand. I could feel myself improving noticeably, so I agreed directly. This way I could also push myself. After all, people need goals to have motivation. Seeing I accepted, Liu Ruyan couldn't hold back a smile. Idiot. Then she sat down. He really didn't expect me to agree. Every time he explained a problem, I'd just stare blankly. He knew exactly how bad my level was. Now he's already looking forward to seeing me run 10 kilometers. They had just made the bet. Just then, Liu Jingyan walked in. He was standing at the door right now and had heard everything Liu Ruyan said. He'd been feeling down all night, but now he'd figured it out. Liu Ruyan wasn't just good at school. She was also pretty, even if her family wasn't well off. She worked so hard and was so determined. Wasn't that 100 times better than a fool like Jiang Xiaoyu? In the future, even relying on his own abilities, he would make something of himself. Being with her wouldn't be a loss for him. Thinking that, he walked over. He said to Liu Ruyan, even if your father is just a driver, That's still earning a living with his own hands. And you've always been at the top of your class. Growing up in a poor family, it must have been really hard for you to get where you are. I'll always stand firmly by your side. When Liu Jingyan brought that up, all the classmates who had doubts about Liu Ruyan suddenly became moved. Liu Jingyan is still sticking with her, even at a time like this. That's such a great love. Then they looked at Liu Ruyan again. She had always been a top student. People liked her not just because her family was rich, but because she was excellent in character and studies. On the other hand, Jiang Xiaoyu, not only did he not work hard, he even wanted others to be with him. How shameless. Watching these two play off each other, I couldn't help but cry tears of joy for their love in my heart. So touching. Those two should be together. Lock them up. It's all my fault for not having any sense before. Insisting on butting in. Because of Liu Ruyan's attack. Now everyone thinks I'm a good for nothing. I barely got rid of the label of simp. And the son of a mediocre man. Now because of my grades, people don't really want to talk to me. But I don't really care. Compared to the loneliness and helplessness of my past life, their behavior is a piece of cake. After all, I still have wealth and love. My parents took class seriously. I also couldn't be bothered to interact with them. After school, my father drove my mother to pick me up. They're both in their 40s now. But when they were young, they were campus beauty and heartthrob material. Even now, their aura hasn't faded. My mother got out of the car. As soon as she saw her son, she gave me a warm hug. Then she thoughtfully opened the car door for me. Liu Ruyan and Liu Jingyan had just walked out of school and soon witnessed the scene. A few classmates walking with them saw me with an older woman and couldn't help showing some curiosity. Could that be Jiang Xiaoyu's new target? Just this morning, Liu Ruyan mentioned that. That woman looks about 40. What's her relationship with Jiang Xiaoyu? Others started guessing. I thought Jiang Xiaoyu was actually a rich young master, but he's being kept by an older woman, and I thought he was something special. No wonder campus beauty Liu didn't want to be with him. If it were me, I'd look down on someone like that too. Doing this at such a young age. So disgusting. Hearing them slander me. Liu Ruyan didn't bother to defend me either. Liu Jingyan looked at Liu Ruyan. Seeing she didn't say anything, he felt everyone must have guessed right. Suddenly, he felt a bit relieved. Even though my grades were terrible, my family had money, spending hundreds of thousands in one night. Just like that, it still bothered Liu Jingyan. He always felt that he was naturally a step below me. Now that he found out I'm only rich because I'm being kept by an older woman, he instantly felt much better. At least he would never do something so shameless. He would only rely on his own efforts to achieve his dreams. One day, whatever I had, he would have too. Liu Jingyan and Liu Ruyan got on the bus. Liu Ruyan said, I won't walk you home today. He couldn't go tutor me for money anymore. So he found a part-time job. He owed a lot of gambling debts. In the past, his father had taken a lot of his money. So now he had to find a way to earn money to support himself. His father often took his money before. Now he has to earn his own living. Liu Jingyan said okay. My parents took me and bought me a new phone. Then they took me to eat. While we were eating, Bai Ningbing had already arrived. Bai Ningbing lives with his uncle in Yunqing. His uncle is close with Jiang Qingming. This was a formal meeting between the two families. Jiang Qingming had wanted to arrange this for a long time. But before, because I strongly opposed it, only had eyes for Liu Ruyan. So this dinner never happened. Today I was willing to come eat together. Jiang Qingming felt very relieved. His son had finally grown up and was willing to listen to him. During the meal, he and Bai Ningbing's uncle chatted happily. I sat next to Bai Ningbing. I told him about the bet I made with them to improve my ranking by 100 places. After I finished saying all this, Bai Ningbing didn't say much, just acknowledged it. I couldn't read his expression. Do you think I'm too reckless? Pressure will be huge? Bai Ningbing looked at me after hearing that. No. So do you think I have a chance? Even though I understand the problems you've been teaching me. It's okay. Bai Ningbing looked at me. Just leave it to me. And you're pretty smart. Not as dumb as others say. The others he referred to were Liu Ruyan, of course. Liu Ruyan calling me dumb. Bai Ningbing didn't comment at the time, but he remembered it. Hearing this, I laughed. With you saying that, I'm relieved. Then I'll trouble you with extra effort during this time. It's my duty, they chatted. I suddenly noticed the room had gone quiet. I looked over and saw. Father and Bai Ningbing's uncle were both staring at me. This made me a bit embarrassed. Dad, why are you staring at me? Nothing, go on. Jiang Qingming continued chatting with Bai Ningbing's uncle. But inside, he couldn't help feeling. Their relationship was really good. Even though this fiancé was arranged by me, why do I feel like my own rascal is being stolen away? After dinner, Jiang Qingming and Qiqing still had things to discuss. Bai Ningbing and I left first. We didn't go home. Found a cafe. I wanted ice cream, so I went to buy some. After ordering, I walked back. Sat down next to Bai Ningbing. We continued discussing problems. At that moment, my mind was full of class material. After all, 10 kilometers. Running that would still take half my life. Your order. Soon the waiter brought them over. I looked up, saw the person in front of me wearing a waiter's uniform. It was none other than Liu Ruyan. I stared at her in surprise. How are you? Here. Liu Ruyan shot me a cold glance. I should be asking you that. You knew I work here? Came here to discuss me on purpose? Even though I acted cold toward her now, Liu Ruyan could tell that I still liked her deep down, just trying to force her to submit. Otherwise, she comes out to work a part-time job, and I still show up? What a coincidence. I think you're overthinking it. Pure coincidence. Liu Ruyan glanced at Bai Ningbing, didn't linger, then turned and left, completely unwilling to waste time with them. Seeing her arrogant, conceited demeanor, I really couldn't understand what she was so proud about. I turned and handed the ice cream to Bai Ningbing. Bai Ningbing didn't take it. He said, you eat it. He reached out and picked up my backpack, then walked out of the cafe with me. Actually, I had planned to sit a bit longer, but I happened to run into Liu Ruyan here. That really spoiled my mood. Over the next half month, I studied desperately every day. Bai Ningbing often came to the Jiangs to tutor me. My grades had improved significantly, but whenever Liu Ruyan saw me so serious, she couldn't help taunting me. Jiang Xiaoyu, if you regret it, it's not too late to give up now. Otherwise, when the scores come out, don't come crying back. You're bothering me. I frowned, immediately shoved earphones into my ears. The monthly exam finally ended. I was incredibly happy, then rushed home impatiently. Although the results weren't out yet, I felt I did quite well. Bai Ningbing was sitting in the yard, drinking tea while keeping Bai company. Bai was getting fatter. I came over and hugged Bai. Said to Bai Ningbing, "You came so early today." Bai Ningbing looked at me. "I should be early every day. I'm curious, don't you have other activities at school?" Liu Ruyan is also a top student at their school. She and Liu Jingyan before had a lot of things to do every day, but in comparison, Bai Ningbing seemed much more relaxed. Every time I came back, he was already there. Bai Ningbing said, "I have more freedom. They don't control me. So no school activities to attend? I usually don't participate. Student council either." Bai Ningbing shook his head. "Sometimes I join competitions, but usually not." "Why?" "Because it's not interesting. And the teachers think it's overkill. It would discourage other students." But I seem to recall you've joined a lot of competitions. Like those competitions Liu Ruyan joined. He said you were there every time. You even took his first experience. So he hates you especially." Bai Ningbing picked up his cup, silently took a sip of water. Competitions with Liu Ruyan, he generally never misses. I desperately wanted to know my own score. So in the yard, I compared answers with Bai Ningbing. Found that I got many questions right. I was in a great mood. When the results came out, the homeroom teacher walked into the classroom, habitually praised Liu Ruyan and Liu Jingyan. Those two were first and second again. "Done." The teacher added. "But this time I'll also name one person. That person is Jiang Xiaoyu." Hearing this, I perked up immediately. Liu Ruyan glanced at me, her eyes full of mockery. The teacher continued, "Jiang Xiaoyu's results this time are very good. He was always at the bottom before, but this time he made great progress. His score has entered the top 200 of the grade. If he keeps working hard, he'll surely get a good score in the Gaokao." Top 200? Hearing this, everyone's eyes widened. Even Liu Ruyan was stunned. She originally hoped I'd improve 100 ranks at best. Now I'd actually made it into top 200. I didn't expect such a big boost either. Even I didn't dare to imagine it. Maybe because in my past life I suffered so much. Now I can't afford to indulge in pleasure. So I pay extra attention in class. I study diligently every day, then go home and review with Bai Ningbing. Bai Ningbing is really good at teaching me. Difficult problems, once he explains them, become much simpler instantly. It turns out, as long as you work hard, there will always be rewards. "Teacher, you're not mistaken, are you? Jiang Xiaoyu's grades were so bad before. How could he?" "Of course I'm not mistaken." The homeroom teacher looked at me. Her face was calm. "Before, classmate drags us. He felt troubled. Who knew I improved so much?" After praise from the homeroom teacher, I was happy. Liu Ruyan watched me quietly. "So, what now? Didn't you say I was dumb?" 10 kilometers, don't forget. Liu Ruyan pursed her lips. Really couldn't understand him. How could someone that dumb improve so much? Is Bai Ningbing really that good? After school, Liu Ruyan was forced to run 10 kilometers. I didn't go home either. Stayed to watch her suffer. I sat quietly nearby, glanced at her. That defeated look. A strange pleasure surged inside. So satisfying. Liu Jingyan watched me, angry at how cold I'd become. Wang Yan looked at me, whispered to Liu Jingyan, "Just top 200. Big deal." Acting like he got first place. School beauty Liu got first, not this cocky. And Liu Jingyan got second. Liu Jingyan looked at Liu Ruyan, said calmly, "A bet's a bet. Ruyan isn't a sore loser, right?" Wang Yan said, "So what if he scored well? He still has to serve that old woman. Thinking of him in bed with her makes me feel gross for him." Liu Jingyan said, "Don't gossip. Liu Jingyan, you're too nice." Wang Yan patted his shoulder lightly. After Liu Ruyan finished 10 kilometers, it was almost dark. She walked back, drenched in sweat. Looked at me, satisfied. I nodded, "Good work. Feel free to bet me again anytime." Then I stood up, left campus, feeling ecstatic. Liu Ruyan watched me go. The moment I left, I was especially happy, even skipping a little. In her memory, I was always a simp. But now I could barely look at her, thinking about me and Bai Ningbing. Was he really going to end up with her? Both from good families. A perfect match, if he really got with Bai Ningbing. When that thought popped up, Liu Ruyan felt unsettled, like something of hers was taken. "Ruyan." Liu Jingyan saw her staring at me. Asked, "Tired? Have some water." Handed her a bottle. Liu Ruyan took it. "Thanks." In front of Liu Jingyan. She was always polite. Liu Jingyan said, "Good work. But it's weird. Jiang Xiaoyu's grades were always bad. How did he jump so much this time? Did he cheat?" Wang Yan put in. "I bet he cheated to make Liu lose. Otherwise, school beauty tutored him every day. But he still bombed. How'd he improve so much now?" "You talk too much." Liu Jingyan glanced at Wang Yan. "Can't speak without proof. What if he comes after you? You'll be in deep trouble." Wang Yan said, "I'll tell the teacher tomorrow." I went home by car, eager to share the news with Bai Ningbing. After all, making Liu Ruyan admit defeat was partly thanks to Bai Ningbing too. But Aunt Zhou said Miss Ningbing didn't come today. I felt a bit let down, turned and changed clothes, then went to the dining room for dinner. Dad's been away lately. Just me at home. I called Bai Ningbing. Bai Ningbing was swimming at home. The maid reminded her softly, "Miss, a call for you." The person in the pool seemed not to hear. The maid added, "It's Jiang Xiaoyu." Bai Ningbing emerged from the water, stepped lightly onto the shore. The maid hurried over, holding a towel, wrapped it gently around her. Bai Ningbing picked up the phone. Her stern expression instantly softened. A hint of warmth appeared. Then she said softly, "Hello?" I said, "Are you busy? Did I disturb you?" "I was just swimming." Heard you didn't come today, so I thought I'd call and tell you something. I smiled. My grades improved a lot. Even got into the top 200. You know what? Liu Ruyan ran 10 kilometers today. The moment she was slapped down, it felt amazing. Bai Ningbing walked to a lounge chair and patiently listened to my joy. After a while, I asked curiously, are you listening? Bai Ningbing replied, I'm listening. Congratulations, did I disturb you? No, I have time now. You've been tutoring me every day. You must be tired. Why don't you take a couple days off? I'll study on my own. If I need anything, I'll ask you on QQ. Hello? Bai Ningbing? I didn't hang up quickly. You sound a bit down. Did something happen? Need my help? That caught her off guard. But Bai Ningbing, aren't we comrades now? You've helped me so much. I want to help you too. Without her tutoring, I could never have done this well. I can't just take her help for granted. Especially since she doesn't need money. Bai Ningbing heard me out. Especially calling us comrades. She smiled helplessly. Bai Ningbing said, okay. The next day I arrived at school, but the homeroom teacher came in grim-faced. Stood at the podium, furious, radiating intense pressure. His eyes locked on me. Jiang Xiaoyu, stand up. I stood up, stared at the teacher, confused. He said, someone reported you for cheating in this monthly exam. Do you have any explanation? At the word cheating, I looked around. Everyone was staring at me, especially Wang Yan, sitting next to Liu Jingyan. Smug smile on her face. Last month your scores were pitifully low, and now they've jumped so obviously. It's really hard to understand. To be safe, we'll give you a different test. Have you retake the exam? Any objections? Hearing I had to retake. Of course I wasn't happy. Wang Yan jumped up eagerly. See, I told you he cheated. If you really earned those scores, why be scared of another test? She looked at me smugly, like she'd caught me. I found it pretty funny. You reported me for cheating with no evidence. The one who accuses must provide proof. Shouldn't you provide the evidence? Otherwise it's slander. If everyone was like you, reporting me every day, would I have to retake all the time? I might as well skip class. The moment I spoke, Liu Ruyan looked at me, surprised. I used to be pretty soft, when others were harsh. I rarely argued back, but this time I was clear-headed. And this person is still my mom. She's known me so long, knows me inside out. But now she feels I've changed a lot. Seeing me fight back with solid reasons, the homeroom teacher said, no wonder they doubt you. I'm letting you retake the exam. This is to prove your innocence. You don't want everyone to keep suspecting you, right? Seeing the teacher insist, it seemed he didn't believe. I earned my score on my own. I smiled and said, teacher, of course I can retake the test. I just think, being doubted for no reason is too ridiculous. We're classmates, after all. Wang Yan doubting me like this. I wonder what her motive is. If I do even better next time, won't she have more to say? Since she chose to report without evidence, she has to pay a price. If I'm proven innocent, then have her expelled. Expelled? Hearing the word expelled, the teacher hesitated. He thought, isn't that too harsh? Wang Yan's grades are better than mine. Naturally, the teacher favored her. I said, she accused me of cheating behind my back. If that rumor spreads, it'll affect me a lot. If I couldn't handle the pressure and chose to kill myself, wouldn't that be worse? Hearing me mention suicide, everyone's expression tightened. I looked at Wang Yan. What, aren't you sure I cheated? Too scared to bet? Of course I am. Seeing me provoke her, Wang Yan agreed immediately. She said indignantly, teacher, I'm willing to bet my future. Everyone knows Jiang Xiaoyu's grades. I dare to say, he definitely cheated. I refused to retake it. Making excuses, Wang Yan thought I was guilty. She said to the teacher, but if it's confirmed Jiang Xiaoyu cheated, then he should be expelled too. I don't want to be in the same school as him. Fine. Before the teacher could speak, I had already agreed. The homeroom teacher then said, Jiang Xiaoyu, after class, come to my office directly. Then he walked out. Wang Yan looked at me, like she was waiting for a show. Liu Ruyan looked at me, seeing I was betting expulsion. Couldn't help but advise, Jiang Xiaoyu, are you sure about this? If you're found out to have cheated, you'll be expelled. That would be even more embarrassing. If I were you, I'd go apologize to the teacher. A monthly exam isn't a big deal. If you apologize sincerely, I can plead for you. Anyway, you wanted to beat me, and you already made me run 10 kilometers. I can let it go. Seeing Liu Ruyan acting like she cared, I looked at her. She hadn't spoken to me lately, acting all cold and aloof. But now she's here giving fake advice. I curled my lips. You think my grades are copied, right? That's why you're hypocritically persuading me. Instead of persuading me, why not persuade Wang Yan? She's your boyfriend's good friend. Even if Wang Yan was the one speaking out, Liu Jingyan isn't innocent either. He just hides behind his gentle act. I don't think he had nothing to do with it. In my past life, I saw clearly what kind of person Liu Jingyan is. Every time Liu Ruyan and I had an issue, he'd be there sneering. He's such a green tea. Liu Ruyan had meant well, but now seeing me ungrateful, her face turned cold. I'm doing this for you. Can't you hear that? For me. I looked at her curiously. What? Being a restaurant waiter too tough? Regret it and want to mooch off me again? Hearing mooch off, Liu Ruyan's face darkened. She kept her head down, silent. Her part-time job really wasn't going well. She was already busy with studies, and the student council had a lot going on. She had to stay up late every day, and the little money wasn't enough for expenses. I had spoiled her with a lavish lifestyle. Now she realized how hard it is to tighten the belt, especially with me. She thought I was just a rich kid, throwing a tantrum for a few days. But what's going on now? I wasn't coming to lick her boots anymore. Before, no matter how badly she treated me, I'd always cling to her. Seeing her just stay silent, not refuting me, I curled my lips. Are you still thinking I'll be mad for a few days, and then spinelessly come back to comfort you? I could understand, actually. After all, she was used to being lavish. Later, after being kicked out, with no money, that kind of life was too vivid for me. If you've always lived frugally, maybe it's fine. But being used to a lavish life, and then going broke, that pain is real. Back then, Every day I lay in bed fantasizing. Fantasizing that one day, Liu Ruyan would suddenly come around, realize I was innocent, forgive me, and take me back. But I waited and waited. Waited until the day I died and never saw it. I believed in her, only to see her marry someone else. Only to learn the truth of how she framed me. Liu Ruyan's life now can't be easy either. No matter what, I did support her for quite a while. No need. Liu Ruyan pressed her lips together. Mine. If you still think I'll come back to comfort you, that's just wishful thinking. If you want me to turn back, you'd better beg me. Maybe if I see how pitiful you are, I'll be a little nicer to you. Give you some money. I said this with a smile, but inside I was ice cold. It's not like I'd really forgive her if she begged, but I did want to see Liu Ruyan begging me pathetically. She's too proud. I can't stand seeing her like that. In the past life, she caused my tragic death. This life, I won't let her off so easily. So I'd rather give her a little hope. Liu Ruyan said, don't even think about it. Very cold. Then she didn't look at me again. I wasn't in a hurry either. After class, I went to the teacher's office. Besides the homeroom teacher, the dean was also there, along with 2 other teachers from the same grade. They set new questions, had me take the test, and after I finished, several teachers graded the paper and got the result. My score was indeed very good. It proved that my monthly exam score wasn't cheating. The homeroom teacher looked surprised. So you really didn't cheat. But why were your grades so bad before? I remembered how I used to be. So foolish for Liu Ruyan. I said, I was immature before. Didn't study hard. Then I left the office. Recently the family changed tutors. The effect is obvious. Maybe only those who've left school know how precious school days are. After all, school is the one relatively fair place. Here, if you work hard, you see results. But leaving school, you learn how cruel society is. I returned to the classroom. The homeroom teacher and the dean came over together. Announced the results. After confirming I didn't cheat, Wang Yan's face was full of panic. How is it possible? How could he not have cheated? The homeroom teacher had a cold face. The atmosphere in our class is really bad right now. Originally, classmates should help each other. But you guys making baseless guesses about scores is the biggest blow to students who improved. I hope everyone learns from this. I recall Wang Yan, you said you'd drop out. You're not going back on your word, right? Wang Yan said, I think you're the one backing out. So, some people really can't keep their own promises. In that case, don't make bets next time, okay? Xiaoyu. Liu Jingyan saw his friend being bullied. Came out to mediate. We're all classmates. You don't have to be like this. Wang Yan meant well for you. Afraid you'd get confused and go down the wrong path. He had no bad intentions. Just give him another chance. Once Liu Jingyan spoke, the other students also looked at me and said, yeah, dropping out? That's way too much. I curled my lips. Looking at these faces that talk so easily, they really give Liu Jingyan face. Whatever Liu Jingyan says goes. I looked at Liu Jingyan and said, you care so much about him. Then why don't you drop out for him instead? You. Liu Jingyan pursed his lips and stared at me. Soon his eyes filled with tears, as if I had bullied him, making others start blaming me. The one who wronged you was Wang Yan, not Liu Jingyan. Why are you talking to Liu Jingyan like that? Yeah, Jingyan usually speaks up for you. He treats every classmate equally. Seeing everyone target me, I smirked. Treats everyone equally? No way. If I were the one being expelled today, would you speak up for me? Of course I would speak up for you. Liu Jingyan said, all along. I've been telling classmates to be nice to you. Enough. I can't stand his fake nice act. I said to Wang Yan, you don't want to drop out? Fine. You're just someone with no integrity anyway. Since you don't want to drop out, how about running 20 kilometers? Wang Yan looked at me. He realized I'm really vicious. 20 kilometers? That would kill him. He's already terrible at sports. If you can't do it, then drop out obediently. I snorted. Sat down. Honestly, whether Wang Yan drops out doesn't affect me much. But if I don't punish him, everyone will think they can step on me. He has to pay a price. Wang Yan said, I'll run. Not just run. I said, while you run, remember to apologize loudly. Say you wrongly accused me. I didn't cheat. Let everyone know what you did. Isn't that a bit much? That would make him lose face in front of the whole school. I think compared to you, I'm pretty merciful. After class, Wang Yan went to run 20 kilometers. In exchange for not dropping out, he had no choice but to run. I didn't slack off either. I sat on the steps nearby and watched him run each lap. Had no intention of letting him off. His stamina was not as good as Liu Ruyan's. He ran slowly, especially having to shout. Soon he was exhausted and nearly passed out. Liu Jingyan walked over. Said to me, Xiaoyu, Wang Yan already knows he was wrong. Let him off this time. He doesn't have stamina like Liu Ruyan. Running 20 kilometers will kill him. So you mean, if I had been driven to death by your rumors, then I'd have deserved it? But you're fine now. Liu Jingyan said, you're not the type to overthink things. I turned my gaze to Liu Jingyan's face. The afternoon light hit him. He was backlit. His face in shadow. Hard to read. Looking a bit superior. I remembered just before my miserable death, Liu Jingyan specifically called to mock me. As for what Liu Ruyan did, I don't know if Liu Jingyan was involved, but he always knew about it. They worked together to kill me. And now he's here saying I'm going too far. You really are shameless. How long am I supposed to keep up the harmless act? You don't really think I'm like the other students, believing everything you say and spoiling you, do you? If you're not satisfied, then go run for Wang Yan. Stop making snide remarks here. Seeing Liu Jingyan being attacked, Liu Ruyan walked over. Said, Jiang Xiaoyu, don't go too far. Jingyan was just kindly reminding you. Afraid something might happen later that you can't handle. Jiang Xiaoyu looked up at him. What? A damsel saving the hero. He glanced at Liu Ruyan. Seeing Liu Ruyan's ugly expression, he didn't bother about her family issues. He said to Jiang Xiaoyu, you hate me this much and target my friends. Is it because of Liu Ruyan? You think I stole her from you? Then I'll give her back to you. It's Jingyan. Liu Ruyan said, don't say that. I don't like him at all. Liu Ruyan immediately swore loyalty to Liu Jingyan. The two of them looked madly in love. Jiang Xiaoyu seemed like the vicious third wheel. I laughed. Said, enough, Liu Ruyan. You keep her yourself. I don't collect trash here. Before Liu Ruyan could speak, Jiang Xiaoyu continued. As for you saying I bullied Wang Yan, the whole school knows she bullied me. I'm already being magnanimous. If she doesn't want to run, she can just drop out. I'm not stopping her. She used to think about being a good person, putting up a nice front, not bullying others. But in the end, she became the one being bullied. In this new life, he only wanted to live for himself. He didn't care what others thought. Liu Ruyan saw he was hopeless. Said to Liu Jingyan, Jingyan, someone like him doesn't need our worry. If something really happens to Wang Yan, he'll regret it too late. Let's go, he said, and pulled Liu Jingyan away from Jiang Xiaoyu. Wang Yan had poor stamina. After only 10 kilometers, he fainted. Liu Ruyan and Liu Jingyan called to send him to the hospital. Jiang Xiaoyu followed to the hospital. Liu Ruyan gloated at Jiang Xiaoyu. Are you happy now? I am happy. Why wouldn't I be? Jiang Xiaoyu took out his phone and called the hospital director. Arranged for the best doctor to come. Then he covered all the medical expenses. Originally, Liu Ruyan and Liu Jingyan wanted to use Wang Yan's fainting to make a big deal out of it. Now they had nothing to say. Liu Jingyan stayed in the ward, watching Wang Yan wake up from the hospital bed. Are you okay? Wang Yan opened her eyes and saw Liu Jingyan. Liu Jingyan gently patted her shoulder. How are you feeling now? I feel uncomfortable all over. Wang Yan started pretending to be pitiful. Jiang Xiaoyu was holding a box of yogurt, sipping it leisurely. The experts just came to check you out. You're perfectly healthy now. Just really out of shape. I suggest you exercise more. Don't forget to run the remaining 10 kilometers tomorrow at school. Wang Yan's eyes widened. She had already collapsed. And Jiang Xiaoyu still insisted she run another 10K. How could someone be so cruel? Are you trying to kill me? Relax, you won't die, Jiang Xiaoyu said. If you pass out, the whole hospital's experts will be at your service. Seeing Wang Yan's face turn red with anger, Jiang Xiaoyu raised an eyebrow and said gently, what? You're not going to back out, are you? Then how about you drop out instead? Don't go too far. Jiang Xiaoyu said. I heard your parents work at Jingtian Group. Hearing Jiang Xiaoyu bring up her family, Wang Yan stared at him wide-eyed. Jiang Xiaoyu, you investigated me. So what? Wang Yan clenched her fists. I'll run it tomorrow. Then I'm relieved. The medical bills are already paid. Don't worry, as long as you haven't finished those 10K. Even if you die, I'll have the doctors bring you back. With that, Jiang Xiaoyu walked out. Liu Ruyan saw the cold look on his face as he left, and furrowed her brows. Wang Yan wasn't seriously hurt. After 4 fluids and rest at the hospital, Liu Jingyan and Liu Ruyan took her home. Jiang Xiaoyu wasn't idle either. After getting home, he took photos of the payment receipts and the hospital diagnosis, and posted them in the class group chat. Having seen too many fake injury scams, he wasn't about to leave any evidence for others. After handling all that, he finally lay down on the bed. The next day, Wang Yan obediently ran 10 kilometers. After this incident, she didn't dare act arrogantly in front of Jiang Xiaoyu anymore. Even if she was still unhappy, she only dared to complain behind his back, and never bossed him around to his face. The other students became more cautious around Jiang Xiaoyu. Everyone saw what happened when you crossed him. Plus, he was loaded. Cross him, and he'd even pay your medical bills. Now they stopped calling him a simp, and stopped talking about his grades. Instead, every day behind his back, they whispered about him being kept by an older woman. The news even spread to the school forum. No idea who also posted his photo along with it. When Jiang Xiaoyu saw it, there were already many replies underneath. They didn't dare target him directly now, only dared to talk online. After all, behind a screen, nobody knows who did it. Monday afternoon, I had just walked out of school. I just came out of the campus and saw 2 pretty girls standing at the gate. From their uniforms, they must be from number 1 high, because Bai Ningbing also wears the number 1 high uniform. Some guys saw them and couldn't help murmuring, so pretty. It's Lan Yingying. She's from the number 1 high tennis club. Before, I only had eyes for Liu Ruyan. Didn't pay attention to anyone else. I think I've heard of Lan Yingying, but didn't remember what she looked like. This time I glanced at Lan Yingying and noticed she had a great figure. But if we're talking pretty, she's nowhere near Bai Ningbing. I don't know how I was so blind in my past life to reject Bai Ningbing. Now looking at Bai Ningbing again, I realize she's stunning. No matter who you compare her to, she's better. The driver was already waiting at the gate. I was about to get in the car when Lan Yingying blocked my way. You're Jiang Xiaoyu, right? Lan Yingying stared at me with curiosity. I asked coldly, who are you? We don't have any business, do we? Lan Yingying curled her lips slightly. So you're that high school boy kept by an older woman. People are buzzing about you on the forum. It's spread to our school too. Of course, some also say, you taught Wang Yan a lesson. That story's been going around too. Being called out to my face. I found it amusing, and didn't get angry. I asked calmly, Lan Yingying? Lan Yingying stared at me in shock. You actually know me? I heard you used to support Liu Ruyan financially. Is that true? You're not eyeing me now, are you? I'm not the type to be a kept man. She said that while covering her chest, as if asking her name was harassment. I found her narcissism hilarious. Is your family too poor to afford a mirror? If you're really that broke, I'll give you some money to buy one and take a good look. Me have an eye on you? With that, I slung my backpack over my shoulder and left. Lan Yingying felt insulted by my words, and her pride was wounded. Hey, how can you talk like that? I ignored her completely and got straight into the car. Lan Yingying stood there, a slow smile spreading across her lips. So you're Jiang Xiaoyu, huh? Daring to say I'm ugly. I've got my eye on you now. When I got home, Bai Ningbing was there. He'd been gone for days. Finally showed up. The Bai hadn't seen him in days, and was especially affectionate. I asked, are you done with your stuff? Bai Ningbing stood up, glanced at him, and thought he looked really good. I said, I thought you found tutoring me too annoying, and weren't planning to come back. I've found other teachers recently too, but none of them teach as well as Bai Ningbing. Bai Ningbing said, no, not at all, just had a lot on my plate. So you don't need to explain to me. I'm already happy you can come tutor me. If you have other things, go ahead and take care of them. In my past life, I treated him so badly, yet in the end, he still thought of me, and even had his people collect my body. Compared to what I did to him, just being busy for a few days was nothing at all. Hearing me say that, Bai Ningbing nodded with a faint smile. I said expectantly, let's go to class. So Bai Ningbing and I went into the study together. After a few days apart, I had a bunch of questions saved up to ask him. While I was doing homework, Bai Ningbing watched me from the side. Of course he had seen the online rumors. He was a bit worried, wondering if I'd be upset. But when he saw me, I seemed fine. So he didn't ask the concerned question. Bai Ningbing's phone buzzed with a text. He lifted his phone and glanced at it. It was a message from Lan Yingying. Yingying Jia, you'll definitely come to the tennis match on Thursday, right? Even though Bai Ningbing had already agreed, she was always afraid he'd change his mind. Since Bai Ningbing tended to be spontaneous, Bai Ningbing replied with a single word, after the tutoring session. After all, Bai Ningbing is always spontaneous. Bai Ningbing replied with one word, After the lesson, Bai Ningbing said, I'm coming to your school this week. I looked at him in surprise. Bai Ningbing said there's a tennis match. The match is at the number 8 high school tennis court. I said I'd come cheer you on. Hearing that, Bai Ningbing nodded. He remembered that every time we met before, I was always following Liu Ruyan. It seemed like only she existed in my eyes, and I couldn't see anyone else. Maybe I never noticed him at all. Now that I said I'd come cheer him on, Bai Ningbing's mouth curled with barely perceptible joy. The match was Thursday afternoon. Before it started, the school was already buzzing. Number 1 high girls tennis team is pretty good. People whispered. That day Lan Yingying came to our school. She's really pretty. No way. She's nowhere near our school beauty Liu. Liu Ruyan is truly good in both character and studies. Good grades and good at tennis. And she's beautiful. So she has a lot of fans at school. Liu Jingyan had been annoyed lately, especially last time, when I said Liu Ruyan's father was a gambler. That bothered him. He knew the type. I was reading my book, couldn't be bothered with them. In the past, if Liu Ruyan had a match, I'd be the first to organize everyone, to cheer her on. Thinking back now, that kind of behavior was just pathetic. Everyone was saying I was with that older woman, while others were busy cheering for Liu Ruyan. They didn't call me either, but some were discussing. I heard Bai Ningbing is from number 1 high too. Wonder if he'll come. Bai Ningbing is the only one who ranks higher than Liu Ruyan in every exam. His name left a deep impression on everyone. Probably won't come. I heard he rarely participates in matches. It's really rare to see him. Hearing them talk about Bai Ningbing, Liu Ruyan's face darkened. She looked quite uncomfortable. Her gaze slowly moved to me, seeing me absorbed in my book. She felt a bit irritated inside. She thought, is he really not going to come cheer for me? She said to me, you study so hard every day? Does it even mean anything? Hearing her care about my affairs, I raised an eyebrow. Of course it does. Unlike you, I'm not naturally good at it. So, I need to spend more time. Can't stand to see me improve? Liu Ruyan denied it. Why wouldn't I want you to improve? I said flatly. After all, I'm super rich. And handsome too. If I beat you and Liu Jingyan in grades too, how would you guys survive? Liu Ruyan chuckled lightly. Jiang Xiaoyu, you have improved. But you only barely made it into the top 200. The further up you go, the fiercer the competition. You might drop back down next time. As if I'm afraid you'll surpass me. It was a miracle he even made top 200. Surpassing me? Liu Ruyan didn't think it possible. Bai Ningbing can surpass me. He's really gifted. Liu Ruyan couldn't figure out how his brain worked. But no matter how hard Jiang Xiaoyu tried, he couldn't surpass her years of accumulation. I said calmly, who knows? Who can predict the future? Liu Ruyan said, whatever, I'm not bothering with you. I need to prepare for the match. As she spoke, she stood up and left the classroom. Liu Jingyan was sitting next to me, not missing a word of our conversation. His fingers clenched unconsciously. He's already being kept by an older woman, and still trying to seduce Liu Ruyan? Doesn't he find that disgusting? But still, he magnanimously walked over. He asked me, Jiang Xiaoyu, we're going to cheer for Liu Ruyan later. Wanna come? Ever since I stopped contacting Liu Ruyan, she no longer gave him gifts. Liu Jingyan instead thought, he should pull me back into their circle. Can't cut ties completely. If I kept liking Liu Ruyan, I'd spend money on her. Then he and Liu Ruyan wouldn't be so tight on cash. Now Liu Ruyan works part-time every day, barely making enough to support herself. She can't even walk her home every day like before. Life is totally different from when I supported her. Anyway, Liu Ruyan would never like a guy who sleeps with an old woman. If I kept liking Liu Ruyan, he had nothing to worry about. When I heard Liu Jingyan's suggestion, I refused immediately. I'm not going. Liu Jingyan looked at me. Why? Ruyan is actually pretty nice to you. She often speaks highly of you. Anyway, we used to be friends. No need to make things so awkward. I glanced up at Liu Jingyan. I remembered in my past life, to get Liu Ruyan to marry me, I handed my family business over to her. Back then, Liu Jingyan was also the one, always singing Liu Ruyan's praises. He was magnanimous. Never cared that I might steal her from him. I used to think Liu Jingyan was a good guy. Only later did I realize, Liu Jingyan wasn't indifferent. Actually, he knew very well that Liu Ruyan liked him, and would never like me. If Liu Ruyan was with me, she could get a lot of benefits. Now hearing Liu Jingyan defend Liu Ruyan, I wasn't buying it. I have standards for choosing friends. Liu Jingyan paused. Others saw me not giving him face, and spoke up for him. Come on, Liu Jingyan, what's the point of talking to him? He doesn't want to go. Forget it. With that, they left to go cheer for Liu Ruyan. I busied myself for a bit, then headed to the gym. Liu Ruyan had already changed into sportswear. She stood in front of Liu Jingyan. Liu Jingyan looked at her slightly upturned lips. She looked totally like a sweet girl, but once out of her uniform, her slender figure was curvy. She loved sports. Seeing her like this, Liu Jingyan's cheeks flushed slightly. As soon as she saw me arrive, Liu Ruyan's gaze landed on me. Didn't you say you weren't coming? Liu Jingyan followed her gaze. He saw me, Jiang Xiaoyu. I looked at the two of them being lovey-dovey, ignored them, and walked straight to the stands. I was going to find a good seat. I looked around, and finally found a front row seat. I deliberately sat a bit farther from Liu Jingyan and them. I just sat down, and hadn't seen Bai Ningbing yet. But I did see Lan Yingying, whom I'd met 2 days ago. Lan Yingying came up to me. Jiang Xiaoyu, about you scolding me last time. Don't you owe me an apology? I couldn't help but sneer. Are you sure you didn't start it last time? If she hadn't said that thing about me being kept by an older woman, I wouldn't have yelled at her. Lan Yingying looked at me, confused. What did I do to provoke you? I said. You said I was being kept by an older woman. Is that polite? If I didn't yell at you, who should I yell at? Is that polite? Who else but you? Lan Yingying said. That's what everyone says. I shot back. Then what if they call you gay? Then you'd be too. Lan Yingying asked warily who said that, seeing she actually believed it. I couldn't help but laugh. Lan Yingying gave me a curious look. She insisted. You asked about my name last time. Were you trying to keep me? I was speechless. Looks like you didn't look in the mirror. Lan Yingying then asked. Between me and Liu Ruyan, who's prettier? Sure, Liu Ruyan is the school beauty at number 8 high. But Lan Yingying thought compared to her, she wasn't far off. I laughed. What? You wanna? Lan Yingying, afraid I'd say something, quickly changed the subject. I mean, do I have a chance? Since you liked him so much before, why not like me instead? What do you think? She said, deliberately flipping her hair. She even winked at me. A nearby guy couldn't help exclaiming. So pretty. I've never seen such a greasy pickup line. I couldn't be bothered to respond. Just then, a scream erupted in the gym. I looked toward the door. It was Bai Ningbing entering. Everyone had been focused on Lan Yingying, but after seeing Bai Ningbing, all eyes instantly fixed on her, because no one expected Bai Ningbing to show up. Seeing Bai Ningbing, Lan Yingying stopped chatting with me. She quickly ran over. Sister Ningbing. I saw Bai Ningbing, and couldn't help smiling. I even waved at her. Bai Ningbing saw me. Her face still expressionless. Lan Yingying stood quietly beside Bai Ningbing. Following Bai Ningbing's gaze, she saw me enthusiastically waving at Bai Ningbing. She twitched her mouth. So he doesn't like me. It's because he's into Sister Ningbing. Too bad Sister Ningbing never gets close to men. She never pays attention to guys like that. He's probably going to be disappointed. Bai Ningbing and Lan Yingying went to warm up together, but everyone was still watching her. Liu Ruyan didn't miss my expression, seeing that as soon as Bai Ningbing appeared, I was like a simp. She couldn't help chuckling softly. Liu Jingyan looked at her and said, Jiang Xiaoyu, has he fallen for Bai Ningbing? Actually, the moment Bai Ningbing appeared, Liu Jingyan was instantly captivated by her charm too. But he knew very well, someone like Bai Ningbing was destined to be out of his league. She excelled in every way, and he'd heard her family background was great. Plus, it was said she didn't like. Compared to Liu Ruyan, he certainly couldn't admire someone completely out of reach. But he didn't expect that I would be so delusional. A guy kept by an older woman, actually coveting the moon in the sky. Bai Ningbing's grades are better than mine. Family background is better, richer than me. If I had a crush on Liu Ruyan, he could understand. But that I'm after Bai Ningbing, Liu Jingyan really couldn't understand. Liu Ruyan didn't respond. I'm going to warm up. She still thought I came to see her, but it turned out I came to cheer for Bai Ningbing. Liu Ruyan was incredibly annoyed. She had thought when I stopped paying attention to her, she'd be happier than anyone. I was like a sticky candy clinging to her, impossible to peel off. But now that I no longer depend on her, she feels extremely irritated. It had always been like this. She always saw Bai Ningbing as a rival. During the time she lived in the Jiang family, she had noticed that Mr. Jiang planned to arrange a marriage for me, and that person was Bai Ningbing. Back then, she thought, so what if Bai Ningbing is better than me in every way? The man she'd marry was her simp. I never cared for her. Whenever Bai Ningbing thought about this, her heart rejoiced. After being humiliated for so long, she finally got sweet revenge. But now I've run away. I've actually shifted my attention completely onto Bai Ningbing. Liu Ruyan seemed very uncomfortable. Wang Yin was standing next to Liu Jingyan, seeing me sitting in the stands. I bought some water and came over. I even shared some with the other guys around. Among them, some had spoken ill of me. After all, they weren't in my class. It was normal to badmouth me. But now that they've interacted with me, they found I'm actually a decent guy. They accepted my gifts. The looks from a few guys became much warmer. Wang Yin looked at Liu Jingyan and said, is he trying to win people over? Liu Jingyan said nonchalantly, with Bai Ningbing here, he must really want to show off. Wang Yin looked at Liu Jingyan in surprise. You mean he actually wants to pursue Bai Ningbing? Oh my god, is he out of his mind? As if Bai Ningbing would be his little girlfriend. Who would want a guy who slept with an older woman? I've never seen anyone who slept with an older woman and still acts so arrogant. He doesn't even try to hide it. I just saw Lan Yingying talking to him. Is he okay with anyone who looks decent? Anyone will do. Liu Jingyan couldn't help sighing. He has the capital. He didn't come to school to study. Actually, he's kind of pitiful. If he had parents to discipline him, things might be different. Wang Yin sneered. What's pitiful about him? You're just too nice. Always thinking of others. Wang Yin only dared to mock me behind my back now. She didn't dare say anything to my face. The women's tennis match soon began. I watched very intently. Today's match was especially intense. As soon as the match started, the two players, Lan Yingying and Liu Ruyan, each got a yellow card in succession. stunning the audience. Under normal circumstances, it wouldn't be this intense at the start. Liu Ruyan originally came for Bai Ningbing. She felt she had to play better than Bai Ningbing to make me look at her again. She could not like me, but I could not like her. She wanted to show me that she was the one worth my affection. But then Lan Yingying suddenly appeared and kept targeting her. This match was a breeze for Bai Ningbing. She wasn't even at the school team level, although the first high school team was strong. When Bai Ningbing played tennis with them, she was still on a different level. After a few shots, she started slacking off. I watched her quietly from the side. I noticed her style was completely different from others, compared to Liu Ruyan wanting to win, but unable to find an opening. She looked like she was just playing around. Second half ended. Their rest area was right in front of me. Bai Ningbing sat there, staring intently at Lan Yingying. You're working so hard today. She saw Lan Yingying staring at Liu Ruyan. In the past, she wouldn't have done this. Lan Yingying said, some guy said I'm ugly. I have to show off my skills. Let him see my strength. Bai Ningbing heard Lan Yingying's words, thought to herself, and didn't take it to heart. After Lan Yingying finished drinking water, she turned around, found me sitting in the stands, curled up the corner of his mouth, shouted, how's that? Am I cool or what? Your Liu Ruyan got wrecked by me. After Lan Yingying said this, Bai Ningbing glanced at her. Lan Yingying didn't know why, but she felt a chill on the back of her neck. Compared to Lan Yingying's fiery enthusiasm, I noticed Bai Ningbing wasn't as warm to me. Like now, Lan Yingying turned to look at me, but he didn't even glance. Just sat there. His personality was always very cold. Probably doesn't like showing off in situations like this. But the more he acted like that, the more interesting I found him. Curling my lips, I called out to Bai Ningbing. You're so awesome. Lan Yingying heard me calling Bai Ningbing, snorted, and said to Bai Ningbing, my man's deliberately messing with me. We had a fight a couple days ago, and he's still holding a grudge. Bai Ningbing glanced at the blabbermouth Lan Yingying. Is that so? He didn't turn to look at me, but if you looked closely, my ears were clearly red. Entering the second half of the game, Bai Ningbing played with extra focus. In the first half, Liu Ruyan and Lan Yingying were going back and forth, fighting intensely. But in the second half, Bai Ningbing took over, and Liu Ruyan had no fight at all in front of her. The match ended with an overwhelming victory. Number 8 high school lost badly. The worst loser was, of course, Liu Ruyan. People used to say that number 1 highs Bai Ningbing and number 8 highs Liu Ruyan were often compared. They were always put side by side. Over time, the general opinion formed that their skills were almost equal. But today's match revealed the truth. Liu Ruyan couldn't compete with Bai Ningbing in any aspect. When I saw Bai Ningbing score successfully, I was going crazy beside her. Before, I had never really looked at Bai Ningbing properly, had no idea how strong she actually was. Looking at it now, I really was blind. Wang Yan and Liu Jingyan gathered some people. They were originally there to cheer for Liu Ruyan, but found they couldn't even open their mouths. Then look at my side. Bai Ningbing already had more fans. Now everyone was overjoyed. I was even more excited. I stared at Bai Ningbing without blinking, even squealed softly at her. Wang Yan said, he probably forgot he's from Bahai. Good thing Bai Ningbing doesn't like him. Otherwise, it'd be disgusting. As soon as Wang Yan finished speaking, Bai Ningbing, just done with the game, walked toward the audience and stood right in front of me. When she got close, the other guys gasped. I looked at her and said, you're amazing. Bai Ningbing spoke, give me a bottle of water. Her voice was like a spring breeze, soft and gentle. Never thought someone could be not only outstanding, but also have such a pleasant voice. The guy closest to her quickly handed over water, but Bai Ningbing didn't take it. She looked at me, so I had to pick up the water and hand it to her. You're so good. My voice was very gentle. Just those few words finally made the corners of Bai Ningbing's mouth lift slightly. Under my gaze, she gulped down the water. Lan Yingying, who had been trying to show off, saw this and widened her eyes. What's going on? I've been trying so hard today to impress her, win her over, you know. And now Bai Ningbing stole the show. The key point is, Sis Ningbing is never interested in guys. Even during games, she brings her own water, never has any physical contact with guys. She doesn't like people getting close. At school, she's always in stay-away mode. So why now? Could it be that Sis Ningbing also has a crush on him? That thought made Lan Yingying vary. After Bai Ningbing finished drinking, she said to me, I'll go change first. Let's go home together after school. I nodded and said okay. Bai Ningbing turned and walked back. Lan Yingying's eyes were wide open, staring at the sky. Sis Ningbing, do you know him? Bai Ningbing calmly said, I'm chasing him. Now everyone is pretending I'm being kept by an older woman. But Bai Ningbing said she's chasing me, and she used the word chase. Does Bai Ningbing even need to chase anyone? Normally, all she has to do is nod, and people can't wait to become her boyfriend, right? Seeing Lan Yingying staring at her, Bai Ningbing asked, what? Got a problem? Lan Yingying wouldn't dare have that dog's courage. What objection could she have? She just never expected that I was the one Bai Ningbing had her eye on. So she'd been flirting all day, and it turned out the target was the man Sis Ningbing had chosen. Especially, thinking about what she'd said in front of Bai Ningbing, Lan Yingying wanted to slap herself. Lan Yingying quickly apologized to Sis Ningbing. I really didn't mean to. I didn't know he was. If I'd known earlier, I'd have died. I wouldn't have dared treat brother-in-law like that. Bai Ningbing's expression remained calm. It's fine. He wouldn't go for you anyway. Lan Yingying wanted to say, are you even polite? Seeing Bai Ningbing's serious face, Lan Yingying asked, so, where are you two at now? Bai Ningbing replied, he hasn't taken a liking to me yet. Even though I'm his tutor, Bai Ningbing felt I probably didn't like her. I like Liu Ruyan, and she's just someone I used to piss off Liu Ruyan. But being able to be of some use to me, she had no problem with that. Being by my side, she was already very happy. Lan Yingying heard what Bai Ningbing said, couldn't help turning back to take another look at me standing in the audience. I stood there looking in her direction, I had been cheering so earnestly just now. She thought I was Bai Ningbing's simp. But turns out her sis Ningbing is someone else's simp. Compared to the comm parties involved, everyone else was as excited as if they'd overheard the juiciest gossip. The group chat was buzzing with heated discussion. Bai Ningbing has the hots for Jiang Xiaoyu? You gotta know, I used to be Liu Ruyan's simp. And Liu Ruyan wouldn't even look at me. I'd run around like a servant every day, fetching and caring for him. But now Bai Ningbing, who dominates Liu Ruyan in every way, is tied up with me. Just then, Liu Ruyan changed clothes and walked out of the gym. He looked especially gloomy right now. Lost the game. But more importantly, the person who beat him made him lose so miserably. Lu Jingyan and Wang Yin followed close behind, wanting to comfort him, but didn't know where to start, because they were pretty upset too. A second ago, they thought someone like Bai Ningbing could never be interested in me. And then, in a flash, Bai Ningbing actually came over to talk to me. Wang Yin said, "Is Bai Ningbing blind? How could she fall for him? Doesn't she know what Jiang Xiaoyu is like?" Lu Jingyan's face darkened. He had thought that, no matter how hard I tried, Liu Ruyan would always be on his side. But seeing Bai Ningbing get involved with me today made him feel like he was losing his mind. Why would someone like me, already rich enough, also manage to attract someone like Bai Ningbing? Was it because they didn't try hard enough? If they had gone to cheer for Bai Ningbing today too, maybe. As I walked out of the gym, the guys who were with me earlier looked at me and asked, "Jiang Xiaoyu, did you know Bai Ningbing before?" I casually grunted. Those guys then asked if we were dating. They'd been standing close. Bai Ningbing's eyes were too unusual. The way he looked at me was special. No wonder they couldn't help overthinking. I said no. Just the fiancé relationship. Though I've been pretty proactive with Bai Ningbing, it's only because of the past life. This life, I'm not sure either. Right now, apart from the fiancé label, I don't know how she sees me. After what happened with Liu Ruyan, I don't dare get ahead of myself. Afraid I'll end up being someone's simp again. Seeing the concern on their faces, I said it's just our families know each other, so we hang out a bit more than usual. They all looked at me. So your family's really rich then? We thought. I didn't dodge the topic. Thought I was being kept by some rich old lady. The others looked guilty when I brought it up. After all, that's what people say online. Said someone had come to pick me up at the school gate. I laughed. Let them think whatever they want. It doesn't bother me. It's not even true. I just find it ridiculous. As if I need someone to support me. After waving goodbye to some guys from other classes, I was back in the classroom. I appeared, and everyone was staring at me. I'm used to their fussing. I sat down quietly at my seat. The person in front of me, a girl, stared straight at me. She said sarcastically that we lost the match. You seem pretty happy though. She was on Liu Ruyan's team. I smirked. You guys lost the match. Not me. Why would I be upset? The girl said, got yourself noticed by Bai Ningbing. Think you're something now, huh? I chuckled softly. What, are you mad? Because she didn't pick you? My words choked her. She shut her mouth, fuming. A while later, Liu Ruyan came back with Lu Jingyan and Wang Yin. Liu Ruyan sat down in her seat. I glanced at her. I could sense Liu Ruyan's anger seemed ready to explode. She always gets this angry when she loses to Bai Ningbing. In the past, I would stand with her. But now I just find it funny. Liu Ruyan's gaze fell on me. Seeing me curl my lip, her eyes turned colder. I said coldly, what are you looking at me for? If you're not good enough, that's your fault. Liu Ruyan stared at me. She lost the match, and I didn't offer any comfort. I even laughed at her. She was really annoyed. In the past, every time she lost to Bai Ningbing, I would buy her things, give her gifts to cheer her up, tell her not to be upset, that she was way better than Bai Ningbing. But now I was mocking her. The bell for class ended rang. I quickly packed my stuff, stood up, and walked out of the classroom. Seeing me leave, Liu Ruyan also stood up, grabbed her things, and followed me out. She moved fast. Lu Jingyan couldn't keep up. I had just reached the stairwell when Liu Ruyan was right behind me. She grabbed my arm. I stared at her, a bit surprised. Liu Ruyan, what are you doing? Liu Ruyan stared at me, eyes red. I was stunned seeing her like this. Liu Ruyan suppressed her emotions and asked, are you really planning to be with Bai Ningbing from now on? Her question caught me off guard. In the past, she never cared about such things. What's wrong with her now? Seeing Liu Ruyan looking at me, as if I had let her down, I reached out, trying to remove her hand from my wrist, but found she was holding on tightly. I couldn't help but laugh. Weren't you the one who hated me clinging to you? You said every day I pestered you was like a nightmare for you. That's what she told me on my deathbed. I wouldn't have known otherwise. That my feelings for her disgusted her that much. All my wholehearted affection, in someone else's eyes, wasn't precious at all. It was just a burden. Hearing my words, Liu Ruyan was momentarily stunned. She said she never said that. She didn't remember saying such things. Of course, I know the current Liu Ruyan hasn't, but that doesn't mean she never thought it. I sneered. But you always hated me, didn't you? If not, why did you hang out with Liu Jingyan every day, give him my things, treat him so well, while treating me like a servant? As I spoke, a few tears squeezed out of my eyes. I don't have any feelings for Liu Ruyan anymore. After everything I've been through, only hatred remains in my heart. I already tried once. How could I still love her? But my past self spent a lifetime longing for her love, wishing she would like me just a little more, only to end up so miserably. Whenever I recall these things, my heart fills with immense sadness. That overwhelming grief surges up inside. If not for this chance to restart, the version of me abandoned in that rental room in the village, how pitiful would that be? Thinking of this, my eyes welled up. Liu Ruyan watched my reddened eyes. She had come to me, just because she couldn't stand me being so close to Bai Ningbing. But this time, she saw a sadness she'd never seen before in my eyes. She had just never liked me. She liked Liu Jingyan, but why? In that agonized look, did it seem like she had committed some unforgivable sin? Had she hurt me that deeply? Liu Ruyan said, I don't know. I just don't want to talk about relationships. Even now, she was still making excuses. I wiped away my tears. I know you just don't want a relationship with me. With Lu Jingyan. You two are a perfect match, right? In that case, whether I'm with Bai Ningbing or Lan Yingying, it's none of your business, isn't it? She wanted to say more, but my reaction did make her feel a bit guilty. As we faced off, Lu Jingyan and Wang Yan had arrived. Lu Jingyan stood at the top of the stairs, watching me and Liu Ruyan. Lu Jingyan looked surprised at the two of us. From his perspective, I was standing very close to Liu Ruyan, and my hand was still in her grip. The moment Lu Jingyan appeared, she seemed to remember something, and quickly let go. Watching her instinctive reaction, I gave a bitter smile. Seeing me with Bai Ningbing, she might have been a bit anxious, because her wallet was running away. But the most important person in her heart was always Lu Jingyan. I didn't want those two to start fighting. I lowered my head. So don't come find me in private. I'm afraid Lu Jingyan might misunderstand. Worried Lu Jingyan might misunderstand. Left then. Went down. Down. Teary eyes. Wiped clean. Not cry for her. Teasing her. Lied to me. Make her pay. Hopeless. Give false hope. Gone. Lu down. What happened? He cried. I'm going. No mood. Can't tell Lu. Proved I like him. Too cold. Chose by. Conceal it. With Lu. Left. Ningbing waits. Changed. Uniform on. Lan beside. They wait. Here. Seen me. Hubby here. Sound. By turns. Many people. Eyes on Bai. Court sight. Different. Switch. Insane. Plain. Clean. Uniform suits her. Me. Takes my bag. Clearly shows. Good to me. No simp. Bai doesn't care. Let's eat first. Not affected. Not worthy. Hey hubby. Glared. Dislike. Apologies. I was blind. My bad. Sorry. Wrong. Sis. Let it go. Friends. Scornful. I'd Lan. No. Don't leave. Fault. Sorry. First one. Sugar baby. Recall. I'm wrong. All online. Find out. Perp. Revenge. Car arrived. Bai ignored. Unlocked. Get in. Standing. We got in. Waved. Gone. Back. See you. Happy together. Baby. Closed. Ignore him. Know him. Fasten my belt. Play tennis. Tennis. Bai. Stance. Great tennis player. Many points. You didn't see how angry Liu Ruyan was. Bai Ningbing looked at me, praising my appearance. She said steadily, he's too bad. If not for Liu Ruyan, he wouldn't have appeared at this competition at all. When I heard Bai Ningbing express her opinion about Liu Ruyan in a serious tone, I found it amusing. I never thought she'd ever speak ill of someone. Even though what she said was true. I said exactly. You're amazing. I really don't know what flaws you have. You're beautiful, good at studies, and good at tennis. The boys who sat with me today all really like you. Bai Ningbing said, I don't know them. Of course I know you don't know them. I just think you're too amazing. But showing up at our school today like this, and walking so close to me, aren't you afraid people will gossip behind your back? Bai Ningbing looked at me. What gossip? I replied, up till now. Online they're still saying I'm being kept by an older woman. They say that behind my back too. So, my reputation isn't great. Bai Ningbing said, I don't care about that. Hearing that, Bai Xiaoyu smiled. From Bai Ningbing's expression, it seemed she already knew about the rumor of me being kept. But in the past few days, she never brought it up in front of me. Could her coming today be to stand up for me? The driver dropped us off at the restaurant. As soon as we sat down, my phone buzzed with a text. I opened it and took a look. Found it was a message from Liu Ruyan. Sorry. Seeing those 3 words, Jiang Xiaoyu was stunned. She actually apologized. It seems she really doesn't want me to get close to Bai Ningbing. Maybe that's human nature. Even though she looked down on me, seeing me get close to someone else, no longer paying attention to her, she started to panic too. Bai Ningbing asked, what do you want to eat? I replied, anything is fine. You decide what you want first. Bai Ningbing ordered a few dishes. Remembered that Jiang Xiaoyu likes spicy food, and ordered some more for him. They'd been having dinner together often lately. Bai Ningbing was already familiar with him. Uncle Jiang hasn't come back yet. I said helplessly. He's been pretty busy. Speaking of this, Jiang Xiaoyu felt uneasy inside. In his past life, his father died in a car accident before the Gaokao. Now every day he thought about working hard to improve his grades. He spent little time with his dad. Of course, his father had always been this busy. Even if he wanted to spend more time with him, he had no time to accompany him. But he was mentally prepared. When the time comes, he won't let his father go out. That should prevent the accident, right? Bai Ningbing saw Jiang Xiaoyu chewing seriously, staring at the table, but lost in thought. She looked at him. She noticed that he often seemed lost in thought. Intuition told her that Jiang Xiaoyu had some secret, but since he wasn't willing to tell, she wouldn't press him. Liu Ruyan went home. Her father, who had been gambling lately, was back. He was in Liu Ruyan's room. Seeing her return, Liu Yong had a cold face. He said, how are things with Jiang Xiaoyu lately? Nothing much. On the way home, Liu Ruyan had been thinking about Jiang Xiaoyu. Now seeing her father, her face also turned cold. She said, nothing much. Didn't I tell you to win him over? Still haven't succeeded? Seeing her father like that, Liu Ruyan said, why do I have to win him over? She already fired me. Why would I go beg her? Don't I have any dignity? Although her being with Bai Ningbing made Liu Ruyan regret it and feel a urge to win her back. Seeing her father like this, Liu Ruyan was still glad she broke up with Jiang Xiaoyu. He'd barely finished speaking when Liu Yong rushed over. He slapped her. You brat. If you don't go smooth things over, where will we get money? Hurry up. How much cash do you have on you? Give it to me now. Clearly, he'd lost all his money gambling again. Liu Ruyan looked at her father. You gambled again? Don't bother about my business. Don't be disgusting like your mother. Believe me, I'll beat you to death. Before, you were fine. You were with Jiang Xiaoyu. Had endless money. Even if I gambled, it didn't matter. But you had to be with that poor kid. Now look what happened. You let such a big fish get away. Bring him back quick, or I won't let you off, Lu Yong said, then walked out. When he was gone, Liu Ruyan went to check under the bed where she hid money. She found the money she'd stashed there had been taken by her father. The Liu house wasn't big. Growing up, she lived with her father, so there was hardly any privacy. There were only a few places to hide money. Back when she was with Jiang Xiaoyu, the money he gave her, she had secretly stashed some away. Because she was about to start college, and everywhere would cost money, her father was unreliable, so she had to rely on herself. But she didn't expect her father would still find the money. When Liu Ruyan went out, her father had already left. Watching his back, Liu Ruyan couldn't hold her anger and kicked the wall nearby. After dinner, Jiang Xiaoyu and Bai Ningbing came out of the restaurant. It was raining outside. Bai's driver dropped Jiang Xiaoyu at the door and held an umbrella for him. Jiang Xiaoyu got out of the car. Bai Ningbing took the umbrella and walked him to the door. Jiang Xiaoyu said to Bai Ningbing, "All right, the rain is too heavy. You go back now." Bai Ningbing looked at him tenderly. "Good night." Her voice was soft. Jiang Xiaoyu looked at her, seeing her sparkling eyes looking at him. He couldn't help blushing. He nodded. "Okay, you too. Go home and rest early. See you tomorrow." Bai Ningbing nodded. She held the umbrella and went back to the car. Jiang Xiaoyu watched her back. He found that being with her really made him happy. The driver quickly drove off. Jiang Xiaoyu was about to go inside when he heard a familiar voice. "Jiang Xiaoyu." He turned around. He saw Liu Ruyan step out from the shadows. She wasn't holding an umbrella. He didn't know when she'd arrived. She was soaked from head to toe. Seeing her like this, I was a bit surprised. "What are you doing here?" First she texts me to say sorry. Now she shows up. Looks like my little act this afternoon worked pretty well. Liu Ruyan looked at him, seeing the smile on his face just now. But when he saw her, his whole face darkened. "Being with Bai Ningbing makes you that happy?" "Pretty happy," Jiang Xiaoyu said. "She treats me well. Unlike you." Liu Ruyan, in front of Jiang Xiaoyu, had always kept a cold face. She rarely showed that loving look. Even though he knew her heart was cold as iron, everything she did was just acting. But seeing her like this, unlike ever before, he still found it quite amusing. Jiang Xiaoyu said, "No way." Liu Ruyan heard him and curled her lips. "Looks like you really don't plan to be with me anymore." Jiang Xiaoyu said, "What? Short on cash again? You only show that face when you need money." Liu Ruyan looked at him. "You're overthinking. I just wanted to see you. I'm going back." She turned and was about to leave. Not far away, Jiang Xiaoyu saw her collapse. Jiang Xiaoyu called Aunt Zhou over. Aunt Zhou saw Liu Ruyan lying there. "Isn't this Miss Liu? What happened to her?" "Don't know. She passed out." Aunt Zhou held the umbrella, reached out, and touched her forehead. "Forehead is burning. Probably a fever. What do we do now? Should we take care of her?" Jiang Xiaoyu said, "Bring her inside. Get a doctor." "Should she stay in her old room?" Aunt Zhou asked uncertainly. Jiang Xiaoyu said, "Uncle Liu had a room before, right? Let her stay there for now." The room Jiang Xiaoyu had arranged for her before was up to his own standards. Now it'd be wasted on her. The way she is now, she only deserves the driver's room. Aunt Zhou had someone move Liu Ruyan to the maid's room. Then she called a doctor, confirmed it was just a fever. Nothing serious. So they let her lie there. Jiang Xiaoyu stood by the window looking at the yard. The rain was really heavy tonight. He had already showered. Couldn't sleep. Bai Ningbing sent him a message. "I'm home." Jiang Xiaoyu said, "Okay, I just finished my shower. Then get some sleep early. Good night." Jiang Xiaoyu sent the message, then went to sleep. The next morning, he got up. Aunt Zhou prepared breakfast for him. Jiang Xiaoyu sat at the breakfast table and asked Aunt Zhou, "How's Liu Ruyan?" She woke up just before dawn. "Left early this morning." Jiang Xiaoyu looked surprised. "Really? I thought she was still here." Aunt Zhou said, "I told her to wait for you to wake up. She wouldn't listen. Sometimes I really can't figure out what she's thinking." Jiang Xiaoyu said, "I think she's messed up too." Aunt Zhou looked at Jiang Xiaoyu and said, "I think Miss Bai is much better than her. Young master, best not to associate with Liu Ruyan anymore." Aunt Zhou was afraid Jiang Xiaoyu would fall for her again and get back with Liu Ruyan. Jiang Xiaoyu heard Aunt Zhou's words, smiled and said, "Don't worry. If she hadn't fainted at the door yesterday, I'd be afraid her death would bring bad luck. I wouldn't have bothered with her." Aunt Zhou said, "That's good." Ever since Jiang Xiaoyu stopped being lovesick, Aunt Zhou didn't worry about him as much. It seemed that willful young master had really matured a lot. In the morning, when Jiang Xiaoyu got to school, Liu Ruyan had already gone back, changed, and come to class. When she saw Jiang Xiaoyu arrive, she lowered her head and ignored him. She seemed to have returned to her cold, distant self. Jiang Xiaoyu thought this person was really too much. At least he saved her sorry life last night. She didn't even say thank you. He sat down in his seat and ignored her too. Did she think he'd still be her simp like before? After class, Liu Jingyan came over. He and Liu Ruyan had a student council meeting. The two of them went out together. Liu Jingyan looked at Liu Ruyan and asked, "Are you feeling better today?" Liu Ruyan glanced at him. "Pretty good. Actually, losing the competition yesterday wasn't a big deal." Seeing Liu Ruyan with Jiang Xiaoyu yesterday, Liu Jingyan felt a little worried. Liu Ruyan didn't speak. Yesterday, her father took away her money. She was still in a bad mood. Liu Jingyan saw that she wasn't really talking to him, so he said, "Ruyan, if you want to be with Jiang Xiaoyu, I'll support you. You're overthinking it." Liu Ruyan looked at Liu Jingyan and said, "I have zero interest in Jiang Xiaoyu. I won't be with him. I just saw him with Bai Ningbing, and I felt a bit sore about it. I don't want to let them off that easy." Liu Jingyan said, "That's good. Ruyan, no matter what you do, I'll always support you." Liu Ruyan nodded. She remembered that her father wanted to use her to scam the Jiang family's money. She wasn't going to do it. Liu Ruyan thought her father was a man without principles. She couldn't let herself be used by her father. to do things she didn't want to do. So after she woke up in the morning, she left the Jiang house directly and didn't want to have anything more to do with Jiang Xiaoyu. For the next period of time, Liu Ruyan spent every day with Liu Jingyan. She didn't show up in front of Jiang Xiaoyu. Jiang Xiaoyu didn't bother with them either. I've been attending class seriously every day. After class, if I have nothing to do, I go for a stroll. Buying some property. Housing prices are still low now. They'll skyrocket later. In the afternoon, Jiang Xiaoyu came out of school. He had finished his homework a bit late today. When he came out, there weren't many people at the school gate. Young Master Jiang. Jiang Xiaoyu was called out as soon as he appeared. He looked up and saw Liu Yong. Seeing it was him, Jiang Xiaoyu said, "Uncle Liu, are you here to see Liu Ruyan?" Liu Yong looked at me and said, "Yes. I came to see her. This brat of a girl. I've been scolding her lately. It's all her fault. She insisted on being with that guy named Liu. She doesn't know what's good for her. Don't be mad at her. I have nothing to be mad about." Seeing Liu Yong looking quite ragged, Jiang Xiaoyu frowned. Just then, Liu Ruyan and Liu Jingyan came out of school. Seeing Jiang Xiaoyu and Liu Yong here, last time, Liu Yong had taken her money and disappeared for days. Now he's back. Definitely because he's out of money again. Liu Yong shot her a glare. "I'm talking with my future son-in-law. What's it to you? Go away." He glanced at Jiang Xiaoyu. "Why aren't you scramming? What are you standing around for? What? You really want to be my dad's son-in-law? You don't even check if you're worthy. Get lost." He snapped at Jiang Xiaoyu. Although she knew he had always been rude to her, but Liu Ruyan talking to him like this still startled Jiang Xiaoyu. He stared at her. Seemed like this woman always treated him like this. He was stunned for a few seconds before snapping out of it. "You're overthinking it. Who would even want you?" After cursing, Jiang Xiaoyu quickly left. Liu Yong watched his back and said, "Son-in-law, don't worry. In a couple of days I'll make Ruyan come to you. That brat, when I get home, I'll teach her a good lesson." He wanted to follow him, but Liu Ruyan didn't give him the chance. She blocked him. Liu Yong was furious, looking at Liu Ruyan. "What do you mean by this? Liu Ruyan, you won't put in any effort yourself. And you won't let me put in effort either, huh? Finally got to see him, and you drove him away again. Can't you do something good for once?" Jiang Xiaoyu had already gotten into the car. Seeing Liu Ruyan block him, her father's face darkened. "Can you not come to the school? I'll come if I want to." Liu Yong said, "Money? Do you have any money? You don't know how to earn money every day." "I have no money," Liu Ruyan said. "Last time you took all the money. That was my college fund. So what have you been doing lately?" At the mention of this, Liu Yong became very agitated. Before, when Liu Ruyan could manipulate Jiang Xiaoyu, he had no complaints at all. He didn't even care about Liu Ruyan, whether she was with Liu Jingyan every day or not, since Jiang Xiaoyu himself didn't mind. But now it's different. Jiang Xiaoyu stopped paying attention to Liu Ruyan because of Liu Jingyan. He could no longer tolerate Liu Ruyan continuing like this. "I have to discipline her," Liu Ruyan said. "This is my business. You should leave now. I'm going to work a part-time job." Work. Liu Yong said speechlessly. "All you know is working. How much can that lousy job of yours make in a month? You'd be better off sweet-talking Jiang Xiaoyu. Look how mad you made him just now. I just don't like guys like him. What's wrong with you? I'll talk to you when I get home. Give me the money quickly. If you don't give it, I'll go find Jiang Xiaoyu. You get the money right now. You hear me? You're just like your mother. No conscience at all." Liu Ruyan's face turned cold. "Your life or death has nothing to do with me." After saying that, she directly got on the bus at the entrance. She didn't wait for him. Her father Liu Yong saw her run off and was furious. He glanced at the few hundred yuan in his hand. "This daughter of mine is getting more and more disobedient." Liu Jingyan was originally with Liu Ruyan when they came out together. Seeing this scene, he didn't dare come out. He just hid aside and watched silently. He only came out after they had all left. He only knew before that Liu Yong was a driver. He didn't know that he was actually Liu Ruyan's father. And now Liu Ruyan had no money left. Yet he still came to ask for money. That's a bit too much, isn't it? Thinking that if he went out, the scene would be somewhat embarrassing. He simply didn't go out. He only came out after they left. Jiang Xiaoyu sat in the car, watched for a while, then told the driver to go, thinking that Liu Ruyan actually scolded him. He found it quite ridiculous. "I don't even like her. As if I'm afraid she'll marry me. Just because her dad said a few nice words to me." Jiang Xiaoyu returned home. Ancho looked at me and said with a smile, "Young master, you're back." Jiang Xiaoyu responded, Ancho, who made you angry?" Seeing his gloomy face, Ancho immediately noticed his unhappiness. Jiang Xiaoyu said, "Just some unlucky person. If Bai Ningbing comes later, have him come to the study to find me." Recently, Bai Ningbing has been coming a bit late. Jiang Xiaoyu didn't know what he was busy with. He had just gone upstairs not long ago, when Bai Ningbing arrived. "The young master is a bit unhappy today. What's wrong with him?" Bai Ningbing asked. He didn't say, but it seems related to Liu Ruyan. Only matters concerning Liu Ruyan make him so cold. Bai Ningbing went upstairs, opened the study door, saw Jiang Xiaoyu with the computer on, watching this year's most popular Spring Festival gala sketch. He was watching quite seriously and laughing very happily. Bai Ningbing walked over and sat down in the empty seat next to him. Jiang Xiaoyu looked at him. "You're here." Bai Ningbing glanced at him and said, Got delayed by something. You've been busy lately." He used to come early every day and leave school earlier than me. Judging by how things look lately, seems like you've got a lot going on. When she heard him bring it up, Bai Ningbing nodded and said, He looked at her and said, "But the tutoring won't be affected. I'll come as much as I can. Your grades have improved a lot recently." Jiang Xiaoyu looked at Bai Ningbing and said, "You're planning to go to college in the capital, right?" Hearing my question, Bai Ningbing was taken aback. Actually, her family wants her to leave now. but she's been putting it off. She looked at Jiang Xiaoyu and said, "How did you know?" Jiang Xiaoyu heard her words and curled his lips. "Of course I know from my past life. But that was all after the exam. Back then, Jiang Xiaoyu never thought of leaving, going somewhere else. Liu Ruyan chose a local school, so he stayed here. In fact, in his past life, Liu Ruyan's scores were high enough to get into Qingbei, but she chose to stay in Cloud City. Jiang Xiaoyu didn't get it either. Maybe she couldn't bear to leave here. Or maybe she couldn't bear to leave Lu Jingyan. He never hid anything from her, but she never told him anything. Plus, around that time, his father passed away. Bai Ningbing said, "I should go, but probably after the exam." I said, "Do you think my grades can get me into a capital school?" Bai Ningbing looked at me and nodded. As long as you want to, you can get in." Jiang Xiaoyu closed the video call on his laptop. Stretched. "Then let's work toward that goal." Bai Ningbing looked at me, a little surprised. "You want to go to the capital?" Jiang Xiaoyu said, "I just want to give it my all. Since I got to restart anyway, I might as well aim high. If I don't even dare to think big, even if Guanyin Bodhisattva shows up, mana won't fall from the sky." Bai Ningbing looked at me. She was back to her confident self. Feeling better. Just got pissed off by Liu Ruyan. Jiang Xiaoyu recounted what happened at the school gate. "Isn't it hilarious? I never said I wanted to marry her. She acts like I'm desperate to marry her. And she's so harsh to me. Crazy. She's just into Lu Jingyan, isn't she? As if nobody else would do. All my fault for being blind before. Made her think she's so important." Bai Ningbing looked at me and said, "Our Xiaoyu is the best." Wouldn't even look at him. Jiang Xiaoyu heard Bai Ningbing's words. Looked at her, seeing her staring straight at him. He suddenly felt a bit embarrassed. Damn, I thought after my past life, my heart was already dead. But when Bai Ningbing talks to me like that, I still get shy. After a while, Jiang Xiaoyu finally calmed down. "Do you talk to everyone like that?" "No," Bai Ningbing said. "I'm not that casual. So that means I'm special to you." Bai Ningbing heard my words, froze for a moment, didn't look at me, just put on a serious face. "I promised Uncle Jiang to take good care of you." As soon as she brought up his father, Jiang Xiaoyu instantly felt deflated. She's too obedient. If your family told you to be with someone else in the future, would you agree to? Bai Ningbing looked at Jiang Xiaoyu. Her expression was complicated. Seeing that the question stumped her, Jiang Xiaoyu said, "All right. Just kidding. Don't take it so seriously. You're making me feel like I'm bullying you." Jiang Xiaoyu felt that Bai Ningbing didn't seem to like him that much. "Bai Ningbing, is there a boy you like?" Bai Ningbing was surprised he'd asked that. "Why do you ask? Just curious." Jiang Xiaoyu said, "My dad asked you to look after me, and you agreed. But you should have your own thoughts. If you have a girl you like, don't force yourself." Bai Ningbing looked at Jiang Xiaoyu. After a long pause, she said, "Is that so? We've been together every day lately. Are you already sick of me?" Her eyes looked hurt. Jiang Xiaoyu had already stood up. "I'm heading back today. That's not what I meant. I'm not trying to chase you away." "Hey, Bai Ningbing, you're too quick to get angry." She didn't stay. She just left directly. Aunt Zhou saw her leave and said, "Miss Ningbing, I'm going back now." Bai Ningbing's face was very grim. "Okay, take care." Jiang Xiaoyu came downstairs. Bai Ningbing had already gone out. Aunt Zhou saw me. Asked, "Young master, what happened? Is she angry again?" Jiang Xiaoyu said, "I just had a casual chat with her. And she gets mad? Why is she so petty?" Seeing that I was about to go after her, Aunt Zhou reminded me. "The real estate people said they'd come see you later." Jiang Xiaoyu remembered he'd been buying a house recently. Forced himself to hold back. Stayed home to handle his own stuff first. When Liu Ruyan got home from work, Liu Yong was still there. Normally, he would have left by now. But now he had no money. He'd searched the house for cash and found nothing. So he just sat there smoking. Seeing Liu Ruyan return, Liu Yong said, "Worked all night. Made a few bucks. You can give me 1,000 a month. That's already pretty good. Can't even compare to Jiang Xiaoyu's fingernail." Liu Ruyan said, "Earning some money is still through my own effort." "What use is your effort? The money Jiang Xiaoyu gave you before, you wouldn't earn in a lifetime of effort." "Liu Ruyan, don't think you're all that. Just because you've got a little something. This world runs on family background. Look at the life we lived when you were at the Jiangs. What your father and I had. And now what we have. I won't do that kind of thing." Liu Ruyan said, "Aren't you afraid of being charged with fraud one day? Get caught, and your life is ruined. Don't drag me down with you." Having said that, Liu Ruyan looked at her father. "You talk about family background. Since that's the case, why didn't you, as a father, work harder?" Liu Yong was choked by her words. Then he said to Liu Ruyan, "I was just unlucky back then. Plus I ended up with your useless mother. Sick all the time. That's what made me so poor. That's why I told you to stay with Jiang Xiaoyu. What's the point of being with Lu Jingyan? If you two get married later, you'll still be poor. The Jiang family is rich. And Jiang Xiaoyu is crazy about you. If you just treat him a little better. That brainless fool. Won't he be wrapped around your finger?" "I don't like him," Liu Ruyan said. "And I won't be with someone I don't like." Like, how much is that worth?" "I'm not asking you to actually like Jiang Xiaoyu. I'm just telling you to get his money. What's wrong with that?" "I won't do it." Thinking of Jiang Xiaoyu, he and I were never from the same world. Liu Ruyan just didn't want to walk with him anyway. He had to admit, with him around, his life was indeed simple. But seeing his father's smug look, he was really unhappy. He drove his mother away and abused him since childhood. Now he wants to enjoy life through him. All he does is gamble. Does he deserve that? Liu Yong snorted. "Humph. If I hadn't made you so good looking, you think anyone would look at you? And I know you. Get good grades in school. But I wasn't bad back in my school days either. What's so great about Jiang Qingming? His exam scores were worse than mine. He only became a boss because his family had money." Liu Ruyan darkened his face. He went straight into the room and closed the door. Liu Yong stood outside cursing for a long time. He simply stuffed his ears with tissues. In the morning, Jiang Xiaoyu saw Liu Ruyan at school. When she walked in, her face was injured. Jiang Xiaoyu was stunned. What happened to Liu Ruyan? Was she beaten? He recalled his argument with his father yesterday. Did his father beat him after he got home? Liu Ruyan sat down beside him. The others saw this and didn't dare speak. Liu Jingyan also saw Liu Ruyan's state. Seeing her injured, he was also startled. Liu Ruyan sat down beside him without a word. Jiang Xiaoyu looked at her, so unlucky and stubborn. Couldn't help but ask, "Did your dad hit you?" Hearing my words, Liu Ruyan gave Jiang Xiaoyu a dark look. She said, "What? You want to help me again? Fine, give me a few million. He owes a lot of gambling debts. Give me a few million, and I'll date you." When she said this, her eyes were full of mockery, as if mocking his stupidity. It instantly made him furious. Jiang Xiaoyu said, "I was just asking. You start with a few million, and want to date me? Quite the imagination. Since that's the case, then mind your own business." Liu Ruyan lowered his head, face cold. It wasn't that his father hit him, but that morning the debt collectors came to the house. They caused trouble for his father, and he was caught up and injured. They also warned him to pay up quickly. When he used to live at the Jiang family, he wouldn't have experienced this at all. His father's salary was high, plus Jiang Xiaoyu would give him some. His father would take money from him every time, but not all of it. He took it because he had already spent it. He was spendthrift, just didn't want to give all the money to his father. Life now compared to then is a complete mess. But he also didn't want to get close to Jiang Xiaoyu again. If he really followed his father's instructions and kept stringing him along, making him give money, he was afraid one day he'd become a scumbag too. Become just like his father. Jiang Xiaoyu looked at Liu Ruyan with deep affection. "Actually, I care about you." The word care made Liu Ruyan pause. He looked at him. Jiang Xiaoyu curled his lips. "I care about whether you're doing well now. If I know you're not doing well, then I'll be at ease." He had a loving face, but said such provoking words. Jiang Xiaoyu said, "Next time your dad hits you, remember to let me know. I'll go cheer him on." Liu Ruyan took out his book. His expression was very ugly. Seeing Jiang Xiaoyu go too far, he finally spoke. "You don't think that being with Bai Ningbing will make you happy, do you? She's good in every way. How could she fall for a moron like you? She's getting close to you. Definitely has ulterior motives." Jiang Xiaoyu gritted his teeth. "What's between me and her is none of your business." Seeing Liu Jingyan sitting there, seriously writing something. Usually he would have come to care about Liu Ruyan by now, but today he didn't even look at him. Liu Ruyan said, "He's just studying hard." "Yes," Jiang Xiaoyu said, "when your dad came yesterday, he was right there, but he stayed far away." "Liu Ruyan, you said you won't be dumped by me, and then be dumped by him too." Liu Jingyan has always been very shrewd. He never puts himself in a bad position. Although Liu Ruyan is good in every way, Liu Jingyan is likely very concerned about his gambling addict father. He cares a lot. In the past life, the reason they loved each other so much was because the Jiang family carried the burden for them. Liu Ruyan had endless money from the Jiangs to give his father, but now Jiang Xiaoyu doesn't associate with Liu Ruyan, so the Liu family's problems surfaced. In the past life, how could Liu Ruyan have gotten injured? Jiang Xiaoyu would have handled everything for him. Now Jiang Xiaoyu's words made Liu Ruyan's expression ugly. Just as Jiang Xiaoyu said, after class, Liu Jingyan didn't come to him either. He seemed very busy. Wang Yin came over, looked at Liu Ruyan, and said, "School beauty Liu. What happened to your face? Did you get into a fight? She's a good student. Normally wouldn't do something like fighting." Liu Ruyan said, "It's nothing." Wang Yin glanced at Jiang Xiaoyu. She said, "Do you need to call the police or something? Want us to help?" "No need." Jiang Xiaoyu, seeing Wang Yin so concerned for Liu Ruyan, asked, "What's Liu Jingyan busy with?" Wang Yin turned back, glanced at Liu Jingyan, and said to me, "Jingyan has been busy writing a speech lately. The teacher asked him to." "Why?" "Oh, so he's really busy. Liu Ruyan is injured, and he doesn't care." Wang Yin heard Jiang Xiaoyu's words, said, "That's between the two of them. They know it themselves." "What do you mean by that?" "When the school beauty is injured, Jingyan is definitely the most concerned. Jingyan treats school beauty Liu the best. In the future, they'll even go to the same university. Of course, you definitely won't get in. Even if your family is rich, you can't get connections for the Gaokao." While Wang Yin was speaking, Liu Jingyan was listening nearby, wishing he could go up and cover her mouth. He was already trying to minimize his presence, but Wang Yin just kept blabbing. I looked at Liu Ruyan. "Which school are you planning to apply to?" In the past life, Liu Ruyan and Jingyan both went to Silver City University, but Jiang Xiaoyu was still curious. Why would Liu Ruyan suddenly think of applying to Silver City University? He didn't even aim for Tsinghua or Peking. Back then he even thought Liu Ruyan must have done it for Liu Jingyan. Hearing Jiang Xiaoyu's words, Liu Ruyan said, "Why are you asking?" Jiang Xiaoyu said, "Just curious. I want to see which school you're applying to. I'll go with you, if we all know each other. Going to the same school is nice, right? That way I can see if you two last forever." "Are you kidding?" Wang Yin said, "Your grades are so bad. With school beauty and Jingyan's grades, can you even compare? Although your grades have improved, you can't even make top 10 in our class. Are you sure you can get into the same school?" Liu Ruyan also seemed to think Jiang Xiaoyu was overestimating himself. "We're applying to Tsinghua and Peking. You go ahead too." Well, Liu Ruyan does want to get into Qingbei. That way she can stay away from Liu Yong. No more harassment from him. Plus she could go to the capital to find her mother. "Not taking Yunqing University," Jiang Xiaoyu said, surprised. Liu Ruyan said, "Why would I take Yunqing University? Maybe Yunqing University is a ceiling for you, but not for me." "Fine, then I'll go for Qingbei too," Jiang Xiaoyu said with a smile. When Wang Yin heard Jiang Xiaoyu's words, she found it a bit funny. She didn't argue with Jiang Xiaoyu, afraid that if she spoke too harshly, Jiang Xiaoyu would get angry. She went back to Liu Jingyan, sat down, and said to Liu Jingyan, Jiang Xiaoyu is so ridiculous. He actually said he wants to get into Qingbei. Does he really think his grades are that good now? Liu Jingyan looked up at Jiang Xiaoyu. He had wanted Jiang Xiaoyu to like Liu Ruyan again. But after Bai Ningbing appeared, Liu Jingyan felt that hope was slim. His gaze fell on Jiang Xiaoyu, and he said to Wang Yan, do you think Jiang Xiaoyu still likes Liu Ruyan? If that's the case, how wonderful would that be? If Jiang Xiaoyu keeps liking Liu Ruyan, at least Liu Ruyan's father won't keep showing up at school for no reason. Liu Ruyan would also have money to spend. Wang Yan heard Liu Jingyan's words and said, if he dares to like Liu Ruyan, I'll chew him out. Liu Jingyan glanced at Wang Yan. Having a friend who completely misses your point is really exhausting. In the afternoon, Liu Jingyan and Liu Ruyan went to a meeting. Only then did he look at Liu Ruyan and ask, what's with the injury? Your dad hit you? No, Liu Ruyan said. Someone came looking for my dad, and there was a conflict. Is it about money? Liu Jingyan had seen it yesterday and could roughly guess. Liu Ruyan nodded. Yes. Liu Jingyan looked at her, thought for a moment, and finally gathered the courage to say what he thought. Liu Ruyan, this can't go on forever. Maybe you should find Jiang Xiaoyu and figure something out. Find him to figure out what? Liu Ruyan glanced at Liu Jingyan in confusion. Weren't you tutoring him before? Maybe you should go tutor him again. We were a bit harsh to him before. After all, he's a rich heir. We should butter him up a bit. He probably wouldn't mind having one more tutor. No, Liu Ruyan refused. I don't want to do that. She had already been fired by Jiang Xiaoyu, and she wasn't about to beg him. She may be poor, but she still has her pride. What's the big deal? Liu Jingyan said. Just tutoring him for money. It'll definitely pay better than working at a cafe, and you can sort out your dad's issues. Seeing him push her toward Jiang Xiaoyu, Liu Ruyan felt uncomfortable. If I go tutor him, won't you be upset? Liu Jingyan smiled. Why would I be upset? It's not like you like him. For Jiang Xiaoyu, being able to spend money on you must make him very happy too. Liu Ruyan said. Now, everyone at school knows about his relationship with Bai Ningbing. If I go to him now, what would that look like? I won't do things I don't like just for money. Liu Jingyan retorted. Bai Ningbing will find out sooner or later that Jiang Xiaoyu is being kept. When that happens, she'll dump him. You can just be a friend who cares about her. That's perfectly normal, isn't it? Besides, you wouldn't want to see him end up miserably with Bai Ningbing, would you? He ended up in a miserable state. Liu Ruyan didn't say anything. On that point, she agreed with Liu Jingyan. Bai Ningbing is excellent in every way, that's true, but their marriage was arranged by their elders. Bai Ningbing probably doesn't love him sincerely. Seeing her stay silent, probed hard. I'll talk to Jiang Xiaoyu. Let you become his tutor again. Trust me, I can handle it. Ruyan, no matter what, you need to finish high school now. If your dad keeps this up, I don't think you'll even graduate high school. Liu Ruyan looked at Liu Jingyan, but still felt it wasn't right. She was even a bit angry. Do you think I can't survive without Jiang Xiaoyu? Liu Jingyan said, no, I don't. The reason Jiang Xiaoyu is treating me like this is to piss me off. But I'm not going to bow to him. My dad is in this situation, and I still go to him, dragging him into it. Do I have any conscience left? After saying that, Liu Ruyan didn't stay any longer. She went straight to the multimedia room for the meeting. In the afternoon PE class, Jiang Xiaoyu hid under a tree to rest after being dismissed. Liu Jingyan walked over, asked with concern, why are you here alone? Jiang Xiaoyu looked up at Liu Jingyan. He could tell right away that Liu Jingyan came to talk to him about something. What? Do I have any other friends at school? Ever since he fell out with Liu Jingyan and Liu Ruyan, no one else wanted to get close to him. He wasn't like Liu Jingyan and Liu Ruyan, who are both popular. They have a lot of friends. Luckily, Jiang Xiaoyu didn't think that was a bad thing. Otherwise, being ostracized like that would drive someone to despair. Liu Jingyan sat next to Jiang Xiaoyu and looked at me, noticing that the sportswear I was wearing was obviously expensive. I have to say, Jiang Xiaoyu is really rich. Liu Jingyan said, oh, Jiang Xiaoyu, can I ask you a favor? Go ahead, Liu Jingyan said. Can you let Liu Ruyan be your tutor again? Jiang Xiaoyu silently moved a little farther away. Why? Liu Jingyan said. Ruyan is having a hard time right now. You know about her dad. I do know, but what does that have to do with me? Help her out. Liu Jingyan put on his nice guy act. If Ruyan keeps going like this, she'll only get worse. It's not like you're short on cash. I promise she'll give you good lessons. I'll also teach you together with her, so your grades can improve. Then we can all go to the same university. How about that? Although Jiang Xiaoyu isn't gifted, whether he can get in is another matter. But after Liu Ruyan's gaokao, she'll be free. She won't have to worry about this anymore. Jiang Xiaoyu looked at Liu Jingyan and said nothing. Liu Jingyan said, what are you staring at me for? Do I look like a fool to you? Jiang Xiaoyu said, you two are all lovey-dovey. And now you're recommending her as my tutor. Do you think I'll be like before, paying her salary and supporting the both of you like an idiot? Liu Jingyan pressed his lips together, looking at Jiang Xiaoyu. It's not like you're hurting for that little money. You spent hundreds of thousands on her birthday, didn't you? That money is just pocket change to you. Even if I donated my money to build hope schools in poor mountain areas, I wouldn't give it to Liu Ruyan. I won't spend another cent on her. I've said it before. After Jiang Xiaoyu finished, he sized up Liu Jingyan. He didn't expect Liu Jingyan to actually come begging him. It must have taken a lot of guts. But doesn't he feel embarrassed doing this? Liu Jingyan said, if it's because of my relationship with Ruyan that you hate him so much,